your mind is okay. Off your mind, what you sound like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you loud, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, then we call themselves politicians.
Hello there. Sorry if you probably don't get the notification on Facebook. You better join us on YouTube. You probably will see a lot of people there that will make you feel like, yeah, this is where it is happening. So good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live. So tonight I'm going to be speaking more Yoruba mixed with English, just for the sake of my viewers who are non-Yoruba speakers. So please, you will have to bear with us. This one is a very, very serious business that requires a lot of explanations and all that. Most of them will be better done in Yoruba, but you're going to enjoy it as well. Stick with us. Thank you very much for joining me.
Lórí Facebook. Lórí YouTube. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì. Prẹ̀sìdó bá rú sí òru. Àní ẹ̀sùn rájì.
Thank you very much for joining me. I had a bit of a problem, getting all of this whole thing to work. Sometimes I do run into such problems as well. But good enough, we'll manage this tonight until everything is completely sorted. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear from wherever you are watching from before we get fully into this. Yeah, thank you very much for joining me. Yomi Totu. How are you, sir? Ade Williams, Abby, Princess, Roslyn, all of you, especially those of you who are joining me on Facebook. Tonight, I am here to give an update and at the same time to make a proposal on what are we doing and what are we going to be doing when it comes to, our regular intervention as Yorubas. We have complained, we have lamented, some of us have protested, we have been attacked, we have been, sort of chased out of town simply because some of us identified as Yorubas, even while others who are also trapped in the contraption called Nigeria themselves are, sort of helpless in the situation we found ourselves generally. So, on Maiyegun's diary Politico, last night, I was reminded of the mandate given to me by my loyal friends and then brothers and sisters all over the world that we sometimes have to take responsibility for some of the things that we allow to fester this long, okay? So what does that mean? On Maiyegun's diary Politico, where we have always been very, very vocal and at the same time supportive of those who have come under persecution of any kind from the government or even been victims of the system that many of our people are currently languishing in Nigeria. So on Maiyegun's diary Politico, we've done so well to the point that the Yorubas, my own blood brothers and sisters all over the world who have now realized that the mantle of the real direction for where and what, where the Yorubas actually deserves to be, that no one is going to do it for us but ourselves. So on this platform, yeah, if we should start from the recent track records that got us more entangled in the issue of Yoruba Nation, it's mostly because of our brothers and sisters that have become haunted by the system in Nigeria. And then we devised the means. We said we were going to intervene. And our intervention in helping the spread, the evangelism of the Yoruba sovereignty. The Yoruba sovereignty, which is paramount in leader to Yoruba independence, the campaign, the awareness, the education, the supported team, the volunteering. These are huge network of work that on Maiyegun's diary Politico, we devised a means and we were ready to test that. So on this platform, 4 months ago, right, towards the end of February, when we decided that we would stop complaining, right, and we would start acting, then we discovered that to act against a rigged system, a tyrannical system, a purposely put together system meant to fail, then you actually will need a real resources to do that. So in our own findings, right, which I have sort of tagged 3 R's. 3 R's: research, review, and then recover. So we have done our researches on virtually everything that is wrong with Yorubaland, especially right now in Nigeria. And we have also, through our researches, we've reviewed areas that we know that we could actually influence things in a way that we can skew it and we can move everything to the direction that we actually want it to be. Resources, starting with the human resources. Are the people educated enough to know why this is so important as well? Of course not, right? So battling with the illiteracy of independence is one huge step that we believe that once we are able to cross that, every other thing will follow or fall in place. Now, on Maiyegun's diary Politico, we've researched. We are reviewing what we have researched. Now, we have also, during our review, we will begin to recover. There's so much to recover. So therefore, we will be launching our own Yoruba platform that will chart a new, different course, should I say, a new path, a clearer one this time around, where everyone will consider themselves, right, a stakeholder, a clear path. We have tried it on Maiyegun's diary Politico. We've realized that it is possible. It is doable, right? And indeed, we are also ready to make mistakes, like I said before. Transparency is one of the things that people said is the credit that we need, the currency rather. Transparency, openness, right? The reliability and the competency of what we call our own ideas to bring them to fruition, right? These are things that we have tested and trusted on Maiyegun's diary Politico. So the last time that we had a conversation about what are we going to do, how are we going to get involved in all of this, how are we going to mobilize our our people all over the world, especially Yorubas in diaspora. Most of us will now realize that whatever is going on in Nigeria, we are not immune from them. Yes, on Maiyegun's diary Politico, people have realized that even if you are living far away from Nigeria and you are reading about all of these things happening, that you are far away from it, it does not in any way, spare you, your family members, your relatives, people you know, your communities, and all of that could come under attack, that could get you traumatized for a long time, even though you are not there physically. So people who have realized this have realized as well that we can't do this by just talking. So we are not going to be so predictable. That is why in our own idea, in the next coming days, next coming weeks, these are what will happen. I'll tell you one after the other. And I'm also going to open up the line where everyone as well can actually call in, ask me questions, whatever you think I missed, and all of that. So this is what I am bringing back to you as an update. When I say I'm bringing back to you, I am talking to to my donors, because I've got friends here who are regular donors on Maiyegun's diary Politico, and every reasonable cause clearly defined, explained, right, and trackable, right. My friends, my donors on Maiyegun's diary Politico, they would stand up. Now, I have been promised even more than that. That is, if we have a clear-cut, template of how this is going to work out, there are more and more people who have also pledged to be part of it. Businesses have pledged to be part of this. There are Yoruba businesses, for example, in the UK, who said that in their own way, to be part of this, huge program or project that is tailored towards, the achieving of Yoruba nation. I mean, let every Yoruba person first accept that they want it. Now, how do you make that happen? That is going to be the work of you and I. Now, having received the assurance of my own reliable donors all the time, and the assurances of the public who have seen what we have done, I'm talking about those who have supported us, in kind all the time. Now, I will represent to you this idea again, and I'll tell you step by step how it is going to happen. First, I'll talk about what we were doing earlier that people felt like we shouldn't stop, and that is the publicity, keeping keeping this idea, keeping this message of Yoruba's independence, Yoruba's sovereignty, Yoruba's autonomous region, and all these ideas that make an average Yoruba person believe that this is the way and the only way out of the unexplainable Nigeria logjam. So how do you be part of it? It all starts from how do you keep the message out there in the lips, on the lips of everyone. We did it from March. We did it in March. We did it in April. We did it in May. And we also did it in June, just last month there. Then we felt like there have been so much conflicting, information and all of that about this Yoruba Nation out there. And we never really wanted to be entangled in all of them. So we decided, right, to put a hold on that publicity part. Some of our people here believe that we shouldn't have stopped. But I understand I am just a messenger in this regard. And then when you made the request for it yesterday, not because I didn't have a template of what we were supposed to continue doing, and not that we don't have the resources, right, to fund that, among other things that we plan to do just before we put a stop to it at the end of June, right? So our plan, if we have to continue with our publicity as we've been doing, keeping it on the lips of everyone, as they are jumping here and there for their 2023 charade, keeping this message on the right there on the lips of everyone, we intended to extend that, right, to every part of Yorubaland, okay? And doing so means we are not just going to cover the 6 states in southwest Nigeria, right, which is the 6 states given officially as a region to us, right? We are also going to be taking it further into Kwara, taking it further into Kogi. Ordinarily, you will see a Yoruba man or woman, right, that will automatically condemn the idea of being independent enough that they won't have any interferences from any other part of Nigeria, and we can deal with ourselves in our own way. Even if you still have to be partly part of Nigeria, this particular arrangement is never going to make your children, right? It's never going to make them enjoy or even experience a tiny bit of a better life. Now, how do we make you understand this? That is why we are bringing about this particular project. I have called it the Yoruba Union. Now, here is the template. So if we continue our publicity and at the same time bridge it into our general project, which everybody is going to be part of, including being a volunteer as well, yeah, we could do that, right? So that's on the one side. Publicity can continue. It's going to cost us a lot of money. Of course, we can get that and we can pay that, of course. Then what are the alternatives as well when it comes to the publicity as well? And then how do we maintain that non-stop from now till eternity, till whenever we feel like we want to change it again? Now, that is a lot of resources that will go into that. Yes. I'll tell you the figure at some point. So the last time we had serious expenses to give out, we made the payment of a 5 million naira to the legal team of Oluye Sunday Igboho. That was, late last month in June, or early this month, rather, July, right? And we've also fulfilled the 2 million naira we pledged to the legal team of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on this platform. That has also been fulfilled. Now, from all we have spent so far, and then what we have as our savings, right, I've also managed, by the way, just on the side, right, in the last 3 weeks, I received a report, among many other reports that people actually sent to me. Maiyegun, have you heard about this? Maiyegun, have you seen this? Or Maiyegun, we got this from this side and all that, right? Even though they are not things I would probably love to share all the time, but this particular one I'll share because we took action, okay? So we received a report of the level of trespassing and the influx of this Fulani terrorists into Osun. Ile-Ife, precisely, right? So, and it's been a kind of complaint that even the locals, the chiefs, they have been acting upon already, right? But it's getting to a point whereby all their efforts are being undermined, as usual, by Nigeria, right? So they reached out, yeah, the Yorubas on this platform. One of them from Ile-Ife reached out that Maiyegun, this is what we heard, this is what we heard. I said, well, we have been collating such data in so many places. Do you all remember the time when Are Onokakanfo, Iba Gani Adams said that, we have over 1,748 illegal Fulani cells in our forest in Yorubaland, right? We have not been able to get a report, I mean, sort of a detailed, reliable data that could say this is where they are, this is where they are. So we have been relying more on the locals, on the people from the communities who have cited them, who have had clashes with them, who have, had issues with them and all of that. So we have been like visiting them behind, all right, collecting all this data with the little resources that we have. That's part of the one that we went to Egongon for. We went to Egongon, Ibarapa, Ayete, Okeogun, and all these areas. We collected data concerning these areas, locations, and all those stuff, okay? So we did same thing recently to Ile-Ife, right? And we did speak to the high chiefs in Ile-Ife as well, telling us about what they have been doing. We also visited some of the locations where these illegal Fulani settlers are, and as we speak, no lie, even the Oni of Ife is powerless against them. So they are pretty much like making entreaties to them, trying to make peace with them. In other words, they couldn't really face them as we speak. So we reached out and on like that, which are part of the under research that we also pay for. Okay, so cut it short. In our bank, I can tell you right now that we currently have 4 million naira. If you put it in pound sterling in our own cash here, we will be saying that we currently have about 6,000 pounds after back and forth. Now, that's our savings. Now, going forward, we have enough to pay as we speak for any publicity, like as we would like to do. Okay. But initially, we kept our funds just because of some emergency, something that we wouldn't have to go public if we ever have to need any emergency cash, especially for Oloye. But just about 2-3 weeks ago, right, I received a report that another set of people, they have also been raising funds for the same legal fee of Oloye Sunday Igboho. He hasn't reached out to me about that, and he's never made any financial request since then. So I saw the video, I saw all of that, and I was like, okay, that's fair enough. Okay, so which means if we all then agree that Maiyegun, you know what, let's just do something like we discussed. Okay, we'll then go on after that. Fine, I will go ahead and commission, right, another set of publicity that could cover at least maybe a month or two, and I will come back here to give you the figure of what that is going to cost us. That is our savings. Now, talking about how are we going to really get involved in this, Maiyegun? The last time we had a conversation, it was about Yoruba Rescue Fund. Now, Yoruba Rescue Fund initially was like a direct sort of a direct message towards what we intended to do, like a rescue. Then the fund, our resources is kind of explained, but there is more to it, because when I spoke to people, I said we have an idea. We have an idea to get our people to own this. Currently, right, they are being sold 2 messages, especially Yorubas in Yorubaland, right? 2 messages. And these 2 messages are leading them back to Nigeria, okay? So where is the third one? Or where is the one that should be the number one? The Yoruba First. The one that actually treat and address the concerns of the Yorubas, not the concern of Nigeria, that Yorubas are being saddled, right, to abandon their own responsibility, so to say, their own affairs, right? And they are being told that their own affair will be taken care of only if they care for Nigeria. Therefore, they have the one that says, Emi Lokon,
Yoruba lokan, even when the agenda is not in the interest of the Yorubas. Politically, it is in the interest of Nigeria, something that says, Yorubas, come and help us validate this. The second one right now that is kind of becoming popular as well is the obedient. That one too is saying that, you know what? Forget Emilokon, forget Yoruba, forget Igbo, forget this, forget that, forget all our differences. Just make me the president and I will make everybody love Nigeria again. Everything says, go back to Nigeria. So if you say, don't support Obi, don't vote for Kolu, don't support Atifku, don't do this, don't do that, what are you presenting as an alternative? And how do you think they are going to be part of that? That is something that some said that, oh, it's a long thing. I said, calm down. Our own approach is going to be humanitarian. And I want you to take this as yours if you are going to be part of it, okay? Whatever we do here, we need to begin to influence what really happens. And to influence what happens in Nigeria, you must have the resources, right, to influence what happens. As we speak today, apart from the fact that we ask our people to see reasons that election can't help them, right? To them, these are just words. There is nothing really to back it up. Not that they are so daft or so stupid that they couldn't see that Nigeria is not for them. They could see that, but it is the only physical thing they could see. Anything else is just like mirage. How do we make that real? That is why we are bringing this, and it is going to be called the Yoruba Union. Yes, the name will be, and Yoruba Rescue Fund will be part of it, because the idea behind it is to bring all Yorubas into unison, right? No matter their political views, political association, religious views, religious association, and the class or creed that they are. We want a project that is going to implant what makes you a Yoruba man, and how come. Like, there's no way you will know about yourself, who you are, your worth as a Yoruba man, right? And then you will accept whatever Nigeria is offering you. So this time around is beyond just saying it. It is now about acting it, and it requires all of us, not one man mopo. You know me, I love working alone. Maiyegun, I love being one man mopo. It works well for me. It makes it easier for me to answer questions enough that I can say, well, if I F up, right, hold me responsible. But you see, this particular one is huge, is bigger. And that is why I said we are going to use what is called the humanitarian approach. Humanitarian approach is when you, as a Yoruba man, number one, yeah, you know that you are human, and therefore, right, the humanity in you, right, will always come to fore. The humanity in you means you will treat others the way you wanted or you would want to be treated, right? The Omoluabi in you, in Yorubaland, is the good deed, the good behavior, and then the intelligence to respect people who deserves them. Now, Omoluabi in you will bring that out, yeah. And wherever you find yourself, anywhere in the world, before you do anything or whatever you are doing, at the back of that your mind, you'll be remembering that you are doing it, whether you are noticed or whether you are not noticed, whether somebody sees you, whether people are not seeing you. Wherever you found yourself, you are representing Yorubaland. Therefore, you must always remember the son of whom you are. Something so important that wherever you are. Now, having said that, then once you are able to be like that and be your own brother's keepers for real, yeah, then building that bond like that worldwide, a network of brotherhood with one mandate: let us care for the fatherland and the people that dwells in it. Now, with this mindset, and you become part of us, and you sign up, because that's what's going to happen in the next 14 days. By the 1st of August, we are going to launch this. Now, this is how it's going to be. Now, Wherever you are all over the world, here in Europe, whether you are in North America, whether you are in Asia, any part of Africa you are. Now, it will be easier for you if you identify with us. You will become a member of the Yoruba Union. Now, here in the UK, that is now bigger than Maiyegun. It is bigger than many, many of us, but it is our home. Here is the template. If I sit down here and I begin to write what I think or how I think this type of organization should operate, I would, I would probably arrogate unnecessary kind of power and all of that to myself, then handpick people that I could manage, you know what I mean? But therefore, what we did is that I spoke to my team. How can we go about this? On Maiyegun's diary Politico, I have a very, very loyal members who are majority Yorubas. And they have done it before, not something they are just about to do. If the idea of setting up teams, putting boots on ground in Nigeria, abroad, everywhere, build a network of people whose only agenda is to sell the idea and the realization of a Yoruba sovereign nation. That is big. And to make it work, I have therefore consulted a consultancy. Now, in the UK, there is something that I have been told, that this idea could be the biggest pro, pro Yoruba organization, put it this way, like a pro Yoruba charitable organization, the biggest black organization that actually covers almost everything that could be the pillars, institutions, blocks that will become the foundation that the generation coming, that will see all these messages in years to come, to build on. That's what I was told. And I said, that was big. They said, we are talking something as big as a Red Cross. You have heard about Red Cross, Abi? It's a huge one, isn't it? Now, Yorubas can have something as huge as that. This idea can be that similar one, only if we carried it out. And that's what we're going to do. And that's not something like a one-man show. So they said, to make this happen, right? Here in the UK, where we are going to start it and request for the international, legal coverage, which would then allow you, Yoruba sons and daughters, who wants to be part of this, all over the world, as I said, as volunteers, then as leaders in your different capacity. So in 3 months' time, all these things I'm saying to you right now, they are going to come to pass. You watching me right now, you are either going to have been a member or you would have become our critic. What do I mean by that? Of course, when people don't understand something very well, right, they tend to hate it. So in the next 3 months, you are either going to be a pro member of this setup, working your asses off to make sure that it succeeds, or you are going to be one of our hardest critics. And we're going to welcome everyone. Now, put it this way. This consulting firm will put all the legal framework together, including the members and what qualifies you or qualifies anyone to be a member of the board. The board here is just to make sure that we have what is called checks and balances, where roles are completely shared and monitored as well as an organization. Here in the UK, it will give us the financial, the access to the financial, the financial security as an organization that will actually outlive all of us trying to start it now. Then it's going to go physical as well. Physical in the sense that you are going to have a secretariat as well, a place called the Yoruba House. I'm a Yoruba man. You're a Yoruba man. We all have a lot of good things coming our way. I mean, we are going to do it. I know we have the capacity. I just want us to do it right. Do you understand? I want us to do it very right so that we are not breaking any law, not here in the UK, not there in America, not there in Asia, wherever all over Europe, where everybody is still going to be part of it. We are not breaking any law because the world is a global village and we're going to be a very active player in it. Now, the advantage of this is this. What are we going to do? What are we going to be doing? What is this all about? These are the questions, the FAQ, frequently asked questions. I'll answer some now, like projected some. Then I will take calls and take your contributions as well. What are we going to be doing with all of this, Maiyegun? Number one, I said we have what is called the 3 R's. 3 R's. Research, review, and recover. We all know that a lot is going on with our people. Insecurity, the physical one, which is that of the terrorism and all of that. Yeah. At the same time, our people are suffering for what is called the food security. We know why. We know why they did that. And we couldn't influence any of these things as we speak. We can only complain. Why did they block our border? Why is it so bad for our people? Why are they not letting our people to defend themselves? We can only complain. Can we influence anything? Of course, we can't yet. If we could influence anything, by now, we should have influenced a lot that even by now, as they are preparing for election, some would have been telling you that, forget it, there's no likelihood. You know what I mean? But we couldn't influence. Now we just don't want to be talking, okay? We want to be acting. We want to do things that actually influences what happened out there without us, most of the time without them having to seal all our hands. I've told people, I said, I've spoken with so many, Yorubas and even non-Yorubas who have given us brilliant ideas, amazing ideas that could get our people off the ground before you can say jack, honestly. So we decided that if they are using poverty to keep our people in darkness, yeah, then we can provide subsidy in that regard, yeah, and then turn on the light. You know, when you turn on the light, I'm talking about when you enlighten. When you enlighten the people, when you educate the people enough, and then you equip them with the tools and resources to fight back what they don't want. Education requires a lot of resources. So these resources primarily is the people. We need more boots on ground, and we need more boots or more people to be motivated. To motivate people to fight for their own rights is not a bad thing. After all, we call it humanitarian approach. We know where all the terrorists in Yorubaland, we know where they are. With good resources, we can fish them out and smoke them off anytime we want. It is humanitarian gesture. We don't have to brag. We don't have to make mouth. We don't even have to tell anybody anything. What we know is that once we have the resources to do anything we want to do, right, then we don't even have to say anything. People will see them. People will feel them. Then they'll begin to ask, how, what's going on? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to talk less. We're going to do more. And we're going to mobilize people. We're going to motivate them. And we're going to get them involved. There are so many ways we're going to do that. And some of those I have mentioned, by the way. So by the time we finish the registration here in the UK, I'm talking about when we finally have the word go. That will be the moment that you and I can begin to set up our own monetary commitment whenever we wish to, which is always voluntary. Now, the plan is this. The consultant that's going to put all of this together for us, including registering us here in the UK, getting us the certificate of a registration, which allow us by law, right, as a charity organization, right, to mobilize, fund, not here in the UK, all over the world for a single clearly explained cause that is the Yoruba Nation right there. The Yoruba people, me and you, our own way of touching the core, what do you call it? The core base of our people and stop complaining and lamenting. And I expecting them to do what we want them to do. Sometimes we might need to, like children, right? We might need to hold their hands if we really want them, right, to write well. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to be the hand. We're going to be the hand that is holding the hands of those that are holding us down. They are holding us down, we said it. But how do we take away their hands? How do we control the hands of those that are holding us down? It is by playing into the whole game, utilizing the resources that is available. There are people there. I've spent on this platform, we have spent over 2 million naira sending people into different communities. They are coming back with reports that could be so useful if we have the real resources to pursue or support those people there. So this is not us now trying to box or shadow box in the corner anymore. This is us knowing what we want to do, and at the same time mobilizing all our resources, right? Mobilizing all our resources all over the world towards what we want to do. Then we wait and see, can what we want to do make a difference? Can it not? Yeah, of course it's going to make a lot of difference. The little we have intervened, you have seen the difference that has made in the last 4 months alone. 4 months alone. So by the 1st of August, we are going to launch. This time around, you can take that to the bank. We are going to launch the Yoruba Union platform, which Yoruba Rescue Fund is going to be an affiliate part of. Now, the Yoruba Rescue Fund part of it is going to currently be closed, which means from the 1st of August, every member of this platform, every Yoruba that you know, everyone that you know as a member of your family, you can go on there and sign up. Yes, when you sign up, we can begin to experiment again what we have been talking about all this while. Now, when you sign up and we begin to build that community, I want to see how many of us are going to actually put up in the first week, the first month, right? And then after that, I want you all to know one thing, that as you are joining, don't join for the sake of just joining. There are many, many of you, many, many of us all over the world as Yorubas who have excelled in our different chosen fields to the point that somehow we can still create a little bit of time to work for this community. This is going to be a community, the Yoruba community, that you and I will have to make a reality of now. Now, here is where your volunteering part comes in. Like I said, let us put the money part of it aside now. Let's talk about the real resources, the human resources, me and you. Okay? Everything I'm saying to you right now, if you don't play a role there, if you don't play a role there, if you don't play a role there, right, it's going to remain just talk. Am I going to happen to what? No, if you don't play your own part, or even if, let's say if you don't know your part, right, of course, it's not going to happen. Now, let's put it down this way. This platform that is popping up or coming up soon, right? Once you sign up with your real name, your real age, right? And possibly your email address. Most importantly, your email address. Now, when you sign up, you should have it at the back of your mind that you can also be a volunteer in any part of the world that you are. In fact, you getting ready to be a volunteer from that part of the world that you are living in is like us, right? Or you helping us to plant a seed. We want to see what this is going to be like in 3 months. Seriously. In 3 months. Because without the real resources, even if we have millions of pounds sterling, we will never achieve anything. Do you understand? It is never going to be about that money. It is going to be about you and me and the time we have to spare. And how are we going to utilize those time? I'll tell you. Now, being a volunteer, when you join us, if you are living in any part of the world and you sign up, Agbabiaka Folake, Mrs. 52, lives in California. Now, when you sign up, you can also, if you have the time as you think, to be a volunteer for the following. We will be looking for those who are going to help us to open up collection points. Listen, you won't open them up right away. You are volunteers who are ready to do, who knows what to do the moment we go live. Okay? So, Mrs. Folake Agbabiaka, 52 years old, living in California. California is a very big place, right? Let's say she lives in San Jose in California, right? The San Jose part of California is also a very big place. But in her own square area, yeah, that covers maybe 2, 3, 4 kilometers, she's able to help us cover that aspect by identifying the Yorubas, other Yorubas who are in that axis, and at the same time to help us put up collection points for support equipment or support stuffs when people are going to be donating either clothing, shoes, or anything else that people want to give to our people back in Nigeria. We will need you as an honest, responsible, and reliable member of our group to set up those collection points. Do you understand that it is now beyond being a member now? It is about you looking at what can you do? Because when you set them up, you are going to mark them for us. Those collection points, they are going to be part of our data that are going to be accessible by everyone all over the world, most especially the people around your area. So which means you are not just going to be a member. You are going to be an active one, a very, very reliable one, because this whole thing is going to be working with data. So, at the same time, we have the capacity for those of you whose own area of specialty is the area of freight forwarding. I'm talking about the aspect that has to do with what are we doing apart from us, those who are going to be back home in Yorubaland. I'm talking to all of you now who are in the diaspora. Don't just be a member. You're going to be an active one, right? You're going to be an active one. And you're going to help us get those data. Same thing applies to you living in Germany, you living in Spain, you living in Italy, all of you living in Greece, Ireland, yeah? Wherever you are living in Europe, you can be that Mrs. Folake Agbabiaka for us in that your small space. Then when you are into freight forwarding in any of these cities, all you have to do after being a member is to offer us your expertise. Nobody will know your city better than you. I have worked with Nigerians here, Yorubas mostly, Igbos as well, who have been people who always help us with cargo. We call it cargo here. We're going to need you. Imagine you being a member of this group, and then you design that timetable for us, collection point for us, and things like a warehouse, all those holding bay for us in your city, right there where you are watching me from right now. Your job, that's your job, to say, I am a member from Dubai. When it comes to this part of Dubai, it is my job. Give it to me, I'll work with that. Once all the collection points are known, I will send a team or put together a team that will get all those things together, process them, and then I ship them down to our own warehouses in Yorubaland. Now, that's a big one, isn't it? All of these are going to be going through an organization that we call the Yoruba Union here in the UK, where we would have had our own branches in your own country there where you are living. You living in Texas, you will be our eye in Texas. You're living in California, like I said earlier, yours is New York. You can be responsible. You may think it's a little way, it is a big way. You see all those things, they will be going to millions of children, millions of women, millions of our people back in Yorubaland. And guess what? They are not just going to go to them just like that. They're going to go to them with messages from you, all of us. Now, the economy in Yorubaland can be assuaged, or should I say, recovered. We need to recover our people from the stranglehold of the set trap conditioning that Nigeria has put many of them in. There is no way out. We are their only ticket out. We can talk from now till next year, till 10 years, till 100 years. Listen, right? It is still going to be the same thing if nothing is done. So it's beyond talk now. It is about time. You see, behind all this, our charity stuff, lies our own security. So once people are able to manage to breach the level of food insecurity, for example, if we can get enough support for our people in the rural areas, and then we get our farmers to stay more on the farms, you know, support comes in a different ways. You know that this is one of them that will be coming from the arts. Yeah. So we have those who are also going to be volunteering as a security experts. Some of them have called on to this program. Some of them have sent me emails. I've received about 4 different emails from 4 different experts who are Yorubas. 2 from here in the, 2 from the UK, here in the UK. And I've received another 2 from the US. I know they are watching me right now. I got your messages. I didn't reply some. I read them, I digested them, and I said, honestly speaking, if we have had our organization in place, if we have had our teams in place, if we have had all the clearances that we needed in place, right? All these suggestions, all these ideas, all these beautiful things that you are sending to me, you won't send them to me. You will send them straight to the organization. And you know what? They will be automatically be debated, discussed, and resources will be what? Will be put together, and they will be pushed forward to them. So we have a lot we can do, and this time around we can do them by being charitable. So this is our proposal. We are not slowing down on it. When it happens, just figure out where are you going to fit in? Where do you think you're going to walk in? And all of that stuff. Some said that, what is wrong with all of these Yoruba celebrities, all these Yoruba artists, all this, popular this and that. Why are they not talking about Yoruba Nation? The reason why they are not talking about Yoruba Nation is because currently the whole fame, the everything they are brandishing about, right? They believe they are getting them because they are part of Nigeria. You can influence that. It doesn't matter how much money they have. Listen, a reputable, strong organization with people like the one we are about to put together can influence anything. And then you can stop complaining at some point. That's our job. That's our work. And nobody's going to do it for us. None is going to do it for us. We would have to do it ourselves. And guess what? We would have to stop timing ourselves. This is not this is not what do they call them? A sprint. It'd be like marathon. Yeah. But we can shorten it. We can do better if we begin to actually pull our resources together and not just making mouth of them or scattering them everywhere, creating a lot of distraction and confusion and all of that stuff, right? If we pull them together, no matter how small, no matter how big they are, if they are well directed, right, we can get results. That's the point. So we're going to do that. So I'm expecting a meeting. It's a big one, by the way. I'm expecting a meeting with this consultant, I would say, this firm. I'm expecting a meeting with them on the 2nd or the 3rd of August. So I've spoken with my team and I said that we are going to go ahead, okay? We are going to go ahead and open up the registration for this, okay? So that we can begin the recruitment for real. all of you watching me from Nigeria, from Yorubaland, I'll tell you something. This time around, I am going to switch to Yoruba language. So, my friends, many of you who have been, part of this from the start, I would advise that maybe you should read the comments of the people. This time around, these parts will rather be expressed and then delivered in Yoruba. So important. So, thank you so much for being for staying this long, I'll say. And if you have stayed this long and you're watching me on YouTube, you can still take a moment, right? You can like the video if you want to, if you haven't, right? And you can still share it as well if you want to as well, okay? So, ẹ̀yin ọ̀bọ ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi ní nílé lóko lẹ́yìn odi. Mo wo bí tí mo ti fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni o tó yẹ pé mo lè máa lo flow yẹn better pẹ̀lú wa. Kò sẹ́ni kankan tó fẹ́ wá gbà wá lọ́wọ́ anything tó ń kalẹ̀ máa complain of. Àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá, èmi gẹ́gẹ́ bí ẹnìkan, ọmọ Yorùbá pàtàkì, ọmọ Yorùbá tàtà, àti rí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ tó wà ńlẹ̀ yìí, tí wọ́n bá sọ wípé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé, pé gbogbo yín pátápátá lẹ fara mọ́ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀, irọ́ ni, àti rí pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo yín. Látàrí ìdí èyí náà, àgàgà wa tí 1 second o, dákí nǹkan wà nínú eyín mi ń bẹ̀rẹ̀. Anyway, fún mi ṣẹ́jú kan. So nǹkan tí gbogbo atótónu tí mo ń sọ látẹ̀ nǹkan, òun ni wípé ní orí Maiyegun, lórí Maiyegun's Diary Politico, àwa tí a jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá tí a ti gbé ìgbésẹ̀, àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tó ti nípa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa tí àwọn jẹgúdújẹrá, àwọn aríjẹnímàdàrú ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, àgàgà àwọn tó jẹ́ Yorùbá láàrin wọn, àwọn èèyàn wa tí wọ́n sọ pé kán fò kán nìṣó látàrí pé wọ́n dìde pé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ń kọ́ o, kọ́ yé pa wá, kọ́ má pa wá tán, ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn wa o, gbọ́ báyìí sìn, àwọn olóṣèlú ń kọ́ o, wọn ò rí tí wọ́n rò, síbẹ̀síbẹ̀ àwọn ajínigbé agbénipa tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa èyí náà, tí wọ́n jí gbogbo ìgbèríko wa tó sọ di ojú bó lọ yà fún mi àti gbogbo eléyìí tá à ń complain ṣá. Wọ́n tá fẹnu kò sí lórí Maiyegun's Diary Politico ní wípé àwa máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó nípọn, tó lágbára gan, ìgbésẹ̀ tó lágbára gan. Ṣùgbọ́n kó yí ìgbésẹ̀ yẹn tó lè lágbára, èmi àti ẹ a nípa láti kó. Ipa tá dẹ̀ ní láti kó yìí dẹ̀rẹ̀, ó bẹ̀rẹ̀ látorí pé ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń gbọ́ mi yìí ń sìn, right? À ń láti rí wípé ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá mú ẹ lọ́kàn lóòótọ́, kì í ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá onírọ́ pé Yorùbá ló mú mi lọ́kàn, àwa ló kàn. Ó ti yé ń sìn, wọ́n jẹ́ kó yé yín pé a ti rí pé ní Nàìjíríà tẹ wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí, ọ̀rọ̀ ilẹ̀ yìí, wọ́n ti àwọn kí ló ti ń pè tí wọ́n fún yín, àwọn gbèdéke àbí kí la máa pè léyìí, mo fẹ́ sọ Yorùbá options ni o. Àwọn options tí wọ́n fún yín, wọ́n ti fún yín ní option pé gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá o, kò máa pariwo pé ìwọ ló kàn fún Nàìjíríà. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ọmọ Yorùbá náà ni ẹ tó fẹ́ ṣe ìwọ ló kàn, ó ti yé ń sìn, ó lè lọ máa pariwo bí. Sórí méjèèjì option tó fún àwọn èèyàn wa nílé, tó fún yín nílé yẹn, méjèèjì yẹn máa lead yín padà sí Nàìjíríà ni. Anything tó bá dẹ̀ lead yín padà sí Nàìjíríà tó ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ ṣe báyìí o, Nàìjíríà ṣe máa dá o, ìyà ló ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀, ìyà. So àwa ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀, a dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé àwọn kan wà nílé tó ti rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà, ṣùgbọ́n àwa realize pé wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá máa béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá ẹ̀, ọwọ́ ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ ti tẹ̀kú idà ni o. Ẹni tó bá dẹ̀ ti tẹ̀kú idà yẹn tán, o gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe iyèméjì, nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ yẹn ló máa lọ fún. So àwa wá gbé ẹgbẹ́ kan kalẹ̀ o, ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ̀ ń gbọ́ yìí ni à ń pè ní the Yoruba Union, tí a pè ní ẹgbẹ́ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Àwa rèé o, ṣé wá rẹ́ gbé yẹn, ó yẹ kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ iṣẹ́ láti bí oṣù kan sìn. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbé àwọn àmọ̀ràn wa, àwọn nǹkan tá fẹ́ ṣe àti nǹkan tá ibi tá fẹ́ fi nǹkan yìí, nǹkan tá fẹ́ fi nǹkan yìí achieve. Àwọn kan wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbà wá nímọ̀ràn pé ní ìlú òyìnbó tí ọ̀rọ̀ bá ti débi tó dé yìí, ó láwọn òfin kọ̀ọ̀kan tí à ń láti fi de ara wa, ká fi ṣe kí ni o, ká fi dáàbò bo ara wa. Ẹ gbọ́, ká dẹ̀ fi dáàbò bo gbogbo nǹkan tó jẹ́ titi wa. Òfin ni o. Ìdí nìyẹn tí a ṣe tọ àwọn tó mọ̀nà nípa ẹ̀ gan-an la tọ̀ wọ́n lọ. Ẹ wá mọ nǹkan tí kan yẹn máa ṣe. Nǹkan tó máa ṣe ni wípé ṣòro ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ tó ń wò mí yìí. Mo ti sọ kíní yìí fún yín rí o. Ṣùgbọ́n èyí tí mò ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ń sìn, mo ń sọ fún yín pé kẹ́ máa gbáradì ni o. A mọ àìmọye yín tó jẹ́ pé tọwọ́ yín bá tẹ ìkú idà, gbogbo jákujàku tá à ń gbọ́ ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá yìí, a ò ní gbọ́mọ láyé. Àwa mọ̀ yín. So láàárín bí oṣù 2 mẹ́ta sẹ́yìn, èmi ti ní àǹfààní gẹ́gẹ́ bí Maiyegun bàbá G.O. ìyẹn ti pẹpẹ Temple of Truth. Èmi ti ní àǹfààní láti bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ nílé. Ṣé ń gbọ́ Yorùbá? Mo ti ní àǹfààní láti bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ nílé nítorí pé àǹfààní tí ẹ fún mi lórí Maiyegun's Diary Politico, àǹfààní yìí fún mi láàyè láti lè rán àwọn èèyàn láti lọ ṣe ìwádìí nǹkan. Ìwádìí tí èsì ìwádìí wọn kémi wá kọ sílẹ̀ di ìgbà tó máa wúlò fún wa. Àsìkò táwọn ìwádìí yẹn máa wúlò fún wa, ó ti ń súnmọ́ because láàárín oṣù 2 sí oṣù 3 ń sìn, àfọ́nrán tẹwà yìí ti ná owó tó ti lé ní mílíọ̀nù 2 látàrí pé à ń rán àwọn èèyàn lọ ṣèwádìí gbá, ṣèwádìí àwo. Ṣé wá rí gbogbo ìwádìí wọn lórí ẹgbẹ́ tí à ń pè ní the Yoruba Union yìí. A ti wá mọ ọ̀nà tí a máa gbà kàn yín lára o. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí wọ́n ń lé nílé, tí wọ́n ń lé lóko, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó ń lé lọ́jà, gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀rọ̀ iléèwé, àìlèsanwó iléèwé, àìlèsanwó iléèwòsàn, àìróúnjẹ jẹ déédéé, àìríṣẹ́ ṣe rárá, òun ló sọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín dẹni tó ń pariwo èmi ló kàn, ló sọ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín dẹni tó ń pariwo òbídíọ̀tì àti gbogbo nǹkan tóun tẹ̀ ń pariwo lọ. Àwa mọ̀, a dẹ̀ ti ní ọ̀nà tí a máa gbà fi kàn yín lára. Ṣé wá rẹ̀yìn tẹ́yin náà mọ̀nà dáadáa yẹn? Gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lọ́tà, ní Ṣàngó, ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lẹ́gbàá, níjẹ̀bú, lóǹdó, lẹ́kìtì, wọ Kogi tó fi dé Kwara, gbogbo ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lọ́ṣun àti gbogbo ibi tẹ́ wà pátá. Nǹkan tá a rí ni wípé tọwọ́ wa ò bá tẹ ìkú idà, a lè béèrè ikú tó pa bàbá wa. Lára àwọn àǹfààní tá à ń gbé bọ̀, ó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá lágbàáyé tí wọ́n wá pa ẹnu pọ̀ tó sọ pé èyí tí wọ́n balẹ̀ Yorùbá jẹ́ yẹn tó, àtàwọn tó ń kí wọn lẹ́yìn. Ẹ wá máa gbọ́ o, ibi tẹ́yìn tí máa wá kọ́ mi rèé o. Ṣé rí nígbà tí ó bá di ọjọ́ 1 oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2022 tá a wà yìí, a máa ṣí àfọ́nrán ìforúkọsílẹ̀. Sórí tó bá wá forúkọ sílẹ̀, ṣó ń gbọ́, wàá wá farabalẹ̀, wàá lọ wo ibi tí wọ́n kọ sí pé volunteer. Sórí volunteer yẹn, ìyẹn ni pé ní àdúgbò tí wọ́n wà yẹn, bóyá Èkìtì ni, bóyá Èkó ni, bóyá Oǹdó ni, bóyá Ìjẹ̀bú ló, ibikíbi tóun kò ti máa wò mí, àbí ibikíbi tóun kò lè máa gbé nígbà tó bá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa yẹn, ìwọ náà wá di èso mustadi. ṣòǹgbọ́ èso mustadi ẹgbẹ́ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti ilẹ̀ Èkìtì ẹgbẹ́ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti ilẹ̀ Ìjẹ̀bú ẹgbẹ́ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ti ìlú ẹ wá lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. ṣùwà ń gbọ́ tó bá ti wá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa yẹn ìwọ àti ẹni tó wà ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà l'Amẹ́ríkà ẹ ti dọmọ ọ̀yá o ẹ ti dọmọ ọ̀yá ìwọ àtọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní China ẹ ti di kan náà bẹ́ẹ̀ tẹ̀ jẹ́ pé kan náà ni wá ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí yàtọ̀ ó ti wá di pé èmi ò ní sọ àwọn àǹfààní tó jẹ́ pé àìmọye tó ń bọ̀ látàrí pé ó kàn tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ó wà láàrin wa yẹn nìkan ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí tó jẹ́ pé àti wà láàrin wa àti ò sí láàrin wa ìwọ gẹ́gẹ́ bí àmbásádọ̀ títí wa nílé yóò ní fẹnu jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ nísìnyí wàá ní nǹkan tó fẹ̀yìntì tó bá wá ṣe èrè tó ṣe èrè ó mà lè ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ di coordinator wa coordinator yìí ni wípé sórí gbogbo nǹkan tá à ń ṣe bó ṣe ń bọ̀ láti ìlú òyìnbó yẹn báyìí bó ṣe ń kórajọ bọ̀ tó ń dé sílé tó ń lọ sí gbogbo ibi tá a fẹ́ kó lọ tó ń jẹ́ iṣẹ́ tá a fẹ́ kó jẹ́ ìwọ gan wàá rí nǹkan fi sọ̀rọ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ambassador fún òmìnira ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tá à ń sọ yìí nígbà tí ìyẹn bá wá di popular thing nínú ilé tó di nǹkan tí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ọmọ tẹ́ wà nílé ìwé ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà nílé ìwé sí nílé ìwé ti wà nílé wọ́n ti tì í mọ́lé àmì wọn ò jẹ́ kẹ́ rí ilé ìwé lọ́sìn àbí fine so irú yín lè máa padà gbé mẹ́sẹ̀gì yẹn padà lọ sínú àwọn schools yín nígbà tó bá yéwọ náà tán pé ìdí tí gbogbo eléyìí ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ẹ nítorí pé ó wà lára Nàìjíríà ni and guess what kò lè tán lórí ẹ ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn tó bí ẹ ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn tó bí àwọn yẹn náà ó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ lórí tiẹ̀ báyìí ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ sáwọn ọmọ títí ẹ náà ṣé bó ṣe yẹ kó rí náà nìyẹn ìwọ lè stop ẹ látòrí tiẹ̀ tó bá darapọ̀ mọ́ wa so nǹkan tá fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan tó ṣe é rí tó ṣe é kà tó ṣe é tọ́ka ni in fact nínú ẹgbẹ́ yìí lóṣù mẹ́fà òun ni gbogbo ẹni tó bá ti láǹfààní láti di ipò olórí mú torí a máa lò lórí káàkiri mi ò mọ orúkọ tó máa fún mi o tó bá jẹ́ pé ó ṣeé ṣe pé bóyá kí a lọ tí ìbá ṣe pé bóyá pé ìbẹ̀rẹ̀ ni tí ìbá dẹ̀jẹ̀ bó ṣe jẹ́ ni tó bá ṣeé ṣe fẹ́mi nígbà tó bá ṣe gbogbo kinní yẹn tán ó yẹ yín sìn á kàn wá ni á kàn àwọ̀ ẹnìkan tó máa bá wa ṣe olórí ẹ̀ tó máa darí gbogbo ẹ̀ get èmi á rí because èmi fẹ́rẹ̀ mo kí n má parọ́ fún yín mo jẹ́ èèyàn kan tó jẹ́ pé mo máa ń function better mo jẹ́ èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé ẹ lè rí akitiyan mi dáadáa láì rí mi rárá èèyàn tó máa ń wà lẹ́yìn behind the scene ṣùgbọ́n eléyìí yàtọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ìdí nìyẹn tí mo ṣe sọ fún ọ wípé irú ẹgbẹ́ tá a fẹ́ ẹgbẹ́ tó jẹ́ pé àwa ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ yìí tá a bá jù báyìí lọ ká pé 1 million ká pé 100 million àwa ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ yẹn la máa ní ẹ̀tọ́ láti sọ bóyá àwọn tó wà ní tó ń ṣojú nǹkan tá à ń ṣe kí wọ́n tẹ̀síwájú àbí kí wọ́n má tẹ̀síwájú tá a bá ní pé kán má tẹ̀síwájú kí ni àwọn ètò tí a fi ń láti yọ wọ́n kúrò níbẹ̀ tá ń láti fi àwọn èèyàn míì sí gbogbo ètò yìí òun ni wọ́n ń kọ sílẹ̀ nínú òfin tí wọ́n ń kọ lọ́wọ́ tí wọ́n bá kọ tán èmi Maiyegun General èmi ni mo máa darí ẹ̀ o ṣùgbọ́n dídarí ẹ̀ gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe sọ fáwọn èèyàn tó ti mọ̀ mí dáadáa mo ní pé nǹkan tí a fẹ́ ṣe yìí nǹkan tó ṣe transfer ni mo fẹ́ ká ṣe Maiyegun ti jẹ́ brand títí ẹ̀ èmi dẹ̀ láìkí ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣùgbọ́n dàbí pé kì í dé bá ní ká yẹrí lọ́rọ̀ ọlẹ̀ yìí báyìí o tá a bá fẹ́ kí result ẹ̀ jáde ní kíákíá. Ṣùgbọ́n bọ́ọ̀dù máa wà nígbà tí wọ́n bá ṣe tán, tá a bá ṣe ti UK tán, láàárín oṣù kan tí a bá set up ti UK tán, a máa set up ti America. Lẹ́yìn ti America, a máa set up ti Nàìjíríà. Tí máa sọ pé set up, mo ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní mọ àwọn tó jẹ́ team leader ń bẹ̀. Ìwọ tó ń wò mí lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tó dẹ̀ wá so passionate gan, ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá yìí jẹ́ lógún gan, ó dẹ̀ ti ń wọ́nà tí wọ́n náà fi máa darapọ̀ mọ́ ọ̀nà yẹn ni mo ti sọ́lẹ̀ yìí o. Tí a bá ti ṣílẹ̀kùn yẹn, ọ̀rẹ́ mi, èèyàn mi, má ṣe iyèméjì ń pa ẹ̀ mọ́ o. Kíá kó bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wo ibi tí ìwọ náà ti máa fit in ni o. Kò sí kékeré olórí nù ilẹ̀ yìí o. Ibi tó o bá ti bára ẹ olórí, nǹkan kan ló gbọ́dọ̀ máa rántí, responsibility fún àwọn èèyàn tó máa jábọ̀ fún. So ìyẹn ni pé tó bá ti di pé a ṣe ti UK tán, gbogbo fọ́tò àwọn tó bá di board member ní UK ń bí. Àwọn tèmi ń wò pé wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá tọ́, àwọn tá nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá pọ̀ o, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi sìn. Ṣùgbọ́n ṣẹ̀rá àwọn tí ẹ bá rí bóyá 5 ni wọ́n, bóyá 7 ni wọ́n, bóyá 11 ni wá, òye tó nǹka lè jẹ́ ní UK ń bí tẹ́ ẹ bá ti rójú wọn, kẹ́ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ pé tó o bá ti fẹ́ jọ̀gbọ̀n, má sọ pé Yorùbá kù síbi kan lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn. Ò bá jọmọ Yorùbá, ò bá má jọmọ Yorùbá, ṣáà rọra lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn torí ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá làwọn máa mú lẹ́nu ní tó bá ń sùn Yorùbá ni, tí wọ́n bá ń báyàn sọ̀rọ̀ níta Yorùbá ni, tí wọ́n bá ń nẹ́tíwọ́ọ̀kì Yorùbá ni, tí wọ́n bá ń build base Yorùbá ni. So irú àwọn èèyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la máa fẹ́ l'Amẹ́ríkà. Ẹ̀dẹ̀pọ̀ tẹ́ ń wò mí bẹ́ẹ̀, ẹ̀yin disciple Maiyegun, ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, àwọn èèyàn tó yẹ pé ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ti mú wọn lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tipẹ́tipẹ́. Àsìkò ti tó ń sìn for everybody láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní wo ibi tóun máa fit in. So bẹ́ẹ̀ template yẹn máa wà, kò sí rushing. Template ni ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ní Europe, ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa ní all over the world. Ṣẹ̀rí gbogbo ibi tí oníkálukú wà yẹn o, gbogbo ẹ̀ máa padà wá bọ́ sójú kan báyìí ni o. Ojú kan gbogbo ẹ̀ ń bọ̀ o, àwa tọ̀ sójú kan. Ṣẹ̀rí láti ibẹ̀ lọ, àwa gbé nǹkan tá a bá fẹ́ ṣe lọ lé. Èmi ò ní sọ fún yín pé kò ní síbò o. Èmi ò bá yín sọ kò ní síbò. Èmi ò dẹ̀ bá yín sọ pé mo máa announce Yoruba Nation December o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run o. Mo sọ ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu mi, ó wà clear o. Ṣé ń gbọ́ báyìí? Ìwọ tọ́rọ̀ mi ò bá wá yé, àbí gbogbo tí mo sọ́lẹ̀ yìí tó bá ti jọ mọ́ pátápátá ẹjọ́ lásán lélẹ́lẹ́ yóò ti ready. Má bínú, ṣó ń gbọ́ sìn. Èyí tá a fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn o. Tí ìwọ bá dẹ̀ rò pé ọ̀nà míì wà tẹ́yìn tún wò pé ó tún lè gbà, Seigube ni o, Mandala àbí tó Mandala dẹ̀ ni Ahmed, kọ́lọ́hún ṣọ́ yín o. Torí táwa láàlẹ̀ yìí, ó kọjá àfẹnusọ́nsìn, ó ti wá kù pé àwa wo la wà la ṣe tán. Tó abọ́mi rèé o, ẹ jẹ́ ń fún yín ní rìkáàpù. Rìkáàpù yẹn ni wípé lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí tí a bá ní kí a tẹra mọ́ pé a fẹ́ tẹ̀síwájú lórí ọ̀rọ̀ publicity wa ní èyí tí àwọn èèyàn wa ti suggest already pé kò jẹ́ ká ṣe gbọ́mọ wá kí mi, owó ló ń ná ni o. The last time tá a náwó lórí ẹ̀ fún bí odidi oṣù 3, owó tá a ná lé ní 4 million naira o. So ibi tá a dẹ̀ cover kì í ṣe gbogbo ibi la cover ò ṣe rántí. Èyí tí wọ́n gbé wá síwájú mi sìn yẹn Adé Kogi, Adé Kwara. Ẹ gbọ́ Yorùbá, tí mo bá ti di pé kí n go ahead Maiyegun, àlòwò ńlẹ̀ mọ́ nìyẹn o. Ìyẹn nìkan kọ́ o. Ṣé wá rí ti consultant tó ń bá wa ń gbá gbogbo gbálẹ̀ ń gbàtà bí a ṣe máa dá, tá a ṣe máa put kí la ti ń pè, tá a ṣe máa fẹsẹ̀ wá múlẹ̀ lórí àwọn èròǹgbà wa lórí the Yoruba Union team. Àwọn yẹn fúnra wọn máa gba £5,000 lọ́wọ́ wa. Ímeèlì wọn wà lọ́wọ́ mi ń bẹ̀ yẹn. Iṣẹ́ wọn ni. Lọ́wọ́ yìí ń sìn nígbà tí èmi àti wọn bá ríra ní ọjọ́ 2 sọ́jọ́ 3 oṣù kẹjọ, ìyẹn ní August. mo ti ń sọ pé èmi á make my own proposal tèmi ni pé owó wọn ò ṣe é ná, wọn kì í ná, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi sì wọ́n ná, ṣùgbọ́n iṣẹ́ wọn ni wọ́n máa ṣe. Gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó lè dí wa lọ́wọ́, tó lè fẹ́ kọ́ fún wa ní ẹ̀fọ́rí lọ́jọ́ iwájú àbí nǹkan kan, gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá láti factor in. Nínú ímeèlì wọn tí wọ́n send sí mi, àwọn máa kọ́kọ́ gba £2,500. Mi ò tí reply email yẹn kí n má parọ́. Àwọn á dẹ̀ gba £2,500 nígbà tí certification wa bá ti jáde. Now, standard nìyẹn. So èmi fẹ́ lọ make a proposal pé ẹ bá wa gbé nǹkan tẹ́ bá gbé bá kó gbogbo ẹjọ́, àwọn èèyàn wa ò lè dúró mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n proposal tiwa ni pé a fún yín ní 2,115. Ǹjẹ́ yín mọ̀ wípé tá a bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀, ìyẹn nìkan lásán, ó ti gba gbogbo owó tó kù ńlẹ̀ o. Ìyẹn túmọ̀ sí pé tí a bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ pẹ̀rẹ́, gbogbo wa tó máa kù ńlẹ̀ ò lè ju £1,000 lọ, kò wọ £1 million mọ́. Ṣùgbọ́n orí pẹpẹ Maiyegun's Diary Politico lélẹ́yìí, ẹ ti béèrè update lọ́wọ́ mi. Àlàyé rèé o. Ẹni ìbéèrè tẹ́ bá wá fẹ́ bi mí o, ẹ bi mí o. Àti wípé tó bá ti jẹ́ pé ká go ahead náà ni, ọ̀nà méjì ló pín sí o. Àti ní publicity ńlẹ̀, àti ní registration and then fine tuning of our own nǹkan tá fẹ́ ṣe ńlẹ̀. Ṣá máa láti dáwó mọ́ ni. Àbí ká tiẹ̀ ṣẹyọ kan, ká gbàgbé ìkan. Èwo ni ká ṣe, èwo ni ká gbàgbé? Ẹ̀yin lẹ béèrè o, àbọ̀ mi rèé o. Ẹ jẹ́ n lọ po tíì mi. Tí n bá dé màá wá gba aago, àwa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dáhùn question. So thank you very much. I'll be back. Not sleeping or something. So sorry. That actually stopped earlier than I imagined. Princess, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I am so sorry. I think that didn't take much longer as I expected. So, good evening, ma. So, about that, see, right?
Good evening, Baba. Benny. Àwọn tá a fẹ́ ṣe ibi tá à ń lọ ò jìnnà. Ibi tá à ń yà sí ló pọ̀. Ibi tá à ń yà sí yẹn dẹ̀ wà important láyé ń yà síbẹ̀. So, and it is good we know that it is not a sprint, it's a marathon, and Amasani.
I'm at the Sade and I'm at Salasaye by the grace of
Amasade Endi. Amasade Endi. Yo, bata Amasade Endi, a tún pàṣẹ ìṣẹ́rí, a tún sọ di relay mọ́ra wa lọ́wọ́, ó pàṣẹ sáwà náà lọ́wọ́ ni. Kò ń ṣàwa la bẹ̀rẹ̀. But Amasaye. And in this situation, with our fundraiser, I think we can do a lot with it. Yeah.
I know.
We can, àwọn ọmọ tó ń rí WAEC ṣe tí ẹ pé láti 1999 tó ti wà ń bẹ̀, tó ti bí wọn sílẹ̀, àwọn ọmọ 1999 tó di kíní sí kíní. We can come up with something to train them.
Education and the rest of that, which is a good gesture.
Exactly. Ali, she workshop to learn one thing or the other. I fix it one hope. When we were small, when we were younger, we used to have this holiday job, Tabashetoni school. That is going to come to play.
We are bringing that back.
That is coming back. Yeah, we are bringing it back. We will bring it back. So I subsidize oúnjẹ fáwọn èèyàn wa sí ìsọyẹ pé oúnjẹ náà ara poverty ó wà lára ara tó sọ di irinṣẹ́ tó fi ń bá wọn jà tó sọ di ohun ìjà tó fi ń bá wọn jà. So we subsidize food for them. We educate them on what they have as resources ní agbègbè wọn. A jẹ́ káwọn ará Ifẹ̀wàrà mọ̀ pé góòlù wà ńlẹ̀ wọn. A jẹ́ káwọn ará Ìbàràpá Òkè Ògùn.
Àwọn ò lè rí bí access ẹ̀ táwọn bá dẹ̀ try yìí wọ́n máa bá ṣùgbọ́n táwọn bá rí resources tó wà all right tó ti yẹn sìn
Yeah. A jẹ́ káwọn ará Òkè Ògùn wọ́n mọ̀ pé tourmaline tó dájú nílé ayé yìí, diamond tó dájú nílé ayé yìí ó wà nínú igbó wọn ń bẹ̀. A máa jẹ́ kó mọ̀ káàkiri Èkó yìí nìkan ló dá Èkó dẹ̀ wà lÉkòó àmọ́ tá à ń ṣe. Ohun tó ń ṣe wá ni ò mọ̀ wọ́n bá ara ẹ̀. So whatever it is, bí a máa continue contribution wa ni we are going to throw it open actually. We'll throw it open tonight. So that a mọ̀ bí a ṣe ká continue because a lè ṣe gbogbo kíní ilẹ̀ ẹnu ò kọ́lé o. Ẹnu ò ṣe dùrẹ́là o. A lè fẹnu ṣe rárá. So ama mo bí a ká continue fund wa bóyá publicity billboard wa ni ká continue ká máa ṣe. We will know that lálẹ́ yìí. Bóyá ká gbé nǹkan míì jáde ni bóyá ká ṣe bí Larry ṣe sọ lálẹ́ àná pé tá bá fi picture tí pé tó bá rí landmark àwọn tó wà lédè rí landmark ẹ rí pé nǹkan tá fẹ́ kọ ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ wà ńlẹ̀ ní nǹkan tó fẹ́ bá lọ ní. Bóyá máa bá lọ nìyẹn, and we do not really need anybody as such ju ara wa lọ. Bá dẹ̀ ṣe wà yìí, àwa nìkan la lè dá kíní ìdúró tá a bá ṣe la dá dúró. Nǹkan tó bá ti mú wa ṣe, there is this people's power that I've always talked about. Immediately táwọn èèyàn bá ti gbà, they just need to accept, they just need to know that ìkọ̀kọ̀ wà ń bẹ̀ tó dúró fáwọn majority àwọn èèyàn torí pé
they need to connect you.
Exactly, majority àwọn èèyàn torí pé wọ́n connect mọ́ kínní lọ́ṣẹ̀ wọ́n pé let's make do with whatever that is made available for us.
And it's enough for us now to actually stop complaining and lamenting. Why are they not listening? Why are they not this and that? We should do more.
Exactly, we should do more. We should do that. Taba ń ṣe yẹn dáadáa, á pè àwa, á pè àwọn ọmọ wa. Iṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe kò ń ṣe fúnra wa. À ń ṣiṣẹ́ ìdá àwọn ọmọ wa, ó ṣe é lẹ̀dẹ̀ àwa náà ni. Gbogbo bó ṣe bàjẹ́ tó yìí. Àwọn èèyàn ò mọ̀, people are mentally not okay, wọn ò mọ̀. Àwọn òyìnbó tó bá wa débi tó bá wa dé náà, àwọn náà wà because Maiyegun mo ka story kan ní last week, èèyàn kan sọ ń bẹ̀ pé òyìnbó tó mú religion wá sí Nàìjíríà, ǹgbà tó débí, ó bá wọn tó kó ọjà sílẹ̀. Oko ẹ ọkọ ọsàn sílẹ̀ wá kó iye òkúta tó máa fi san owó ọsàn yẹn kó sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ń bẹ̀. Ó wá ní kí ni ẹni tó mu tọ́gàdé wọ́n bèrè lọ tọ́gàdé pé kí ni tó kó sílẹ̀ yìí. Báwo ló ṣe jẹ́ ìyẹn ní ọjà tẹ fẹ́ rà nìyẹn. Iye calories tó máa fi sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ní iye òkúta tó òyìnbó wá ní tòwò bá kó síbẹ̀ mọ́ oníṣòro aṣọ pupa yẹn ìyẹn ló máa pa ẹ́ dànù létà. So òyìnbó tó wá ní tó sọ fún yín pé òòṣà yín ò dáa kíní yín ò sunwọ̀n tó mú gbogbo ẹ̀ wọ́n kọ́kọ́ gbá ìkọ́sọ́mọ̀ pé òòṣà yín máa pa wọn. Now they are returning those artifacts to you. Prosperity yín padà bọ̀ wálé ni. It is our time. It is the people's power. We are the people. We are the leaders we have been waiting for. Kì í ṣọmọ àlè. Pedigree iwájú pedigree àwọn aṣíwájú àti Ṣẹ̀tìmá àṣìṣe lọ. Pedigree iwájú pedigree Ọbásanjọ́ lọ Ọbásanjọ́. Tó bá dúró báyìí, èdè á sọ olè ní Ísà. Kò sí dẹ́kuwọ́. Èèyàn kì í sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kó kú síbẹ̀ Maiyegun. Tẹ bá rólé ẹ pè lólè, tẹ bá rí èèyàn ẹ pè léèyàn. Pedigree àwa ta dúró yìí, àjàrà wa lólè náà. Maiyegun, you've been able to account for whatever it is you've been doing. Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody is watching. That is what we've been able to do. That is what we have been able to achieve as a people, as the younger generation. Àlè owó kọjá àlà. Anybody no need to Maiyegun. So whatever it is, Tabanche, Odasifat wa padà wá, fine. Platform wa carry owó wa, ká máa bá iṣẹ́ wa lọ. Awareness, support, làwọn èèyàn wa need, and they will get it from us. We will continue to do this. Kò ní rẹ̀ wá, kò ní sú wa lágbára Ọlọ́run. Thank you, Maiyegun. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Princess. That's a brilliant one, by the way. So, yes, I have the line opened now where everyone can actually chip in their own, piece of advice and any addition, even subtraction or direct questions as well. Hello there.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Maiyegun.
Good evening, sir.
Akushe.
I
really appreciate your call. This is a call. I keep saying it. You work all the shoes that right. I want
to escape, but they always kind of drive me. But I'll do what I have to do, and I believe that call off Google I involved. So when she came out, because I will come back and say, I've never been disappointed before. I want your disappointment be ever.
Kò ní rí bẹ́ẹ̀ lórí bí nǹkan tí pínlẹ̀ ìfọ̀ amọ̀ra wa.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni,
tá a bá ṣe ta ló fẹ́ ṣe. Tá a bá ṣe kò sẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ṣe fún wa. Wọ́n ní ó ní oyè ilé bàbá ẹ̀ pé òun ní jẹ́ àgbé kínní kan. Àbí ìmọ̀ bó ti máa pòwó yẹn. Mi lè wá kúkọ̀ lè wá jolè ilé bàbá ẹ̀. Nítorí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe pé a máa gbàgbé ilé bàbá wa máa fi wọ́n lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ irọ́ àní fi wọ́n lẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Tábà ní ká fi wèé lẹ̀ o máa ṣòkú ìyá bó ṣe wò ó lè sún jẹ.
Bó ṣe jẹ́ nìyẹn bàbá.
Mo fẹ́ ní kí n make suggestion kan ní bóyá ó lè work. Nítorí tábà ní ká wo iye tí à ń send sílé ní every time. Àwọn táwa labroad. When we are talking about the southwest, south kìíní kan ló ní economy Nàìjíríà. Kì í ṣe àwọn tó wà Nàìjíríà yẹn gbogbo ló ní economy Nàìjíríà bí n ṣe àwọn táwa labroad.
Àwọn tó wà ní diaspora ni bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Àwọn táwa ní diaspora yóò tá à ń send kan ló rọ̀ ní economy.
Proven on record already now. Àti ní on record. Àwọn tí lókàn máa rò pé bóyá ó dìgbà tí a bá mú owó fún èèyàn kan sì bá fún ẹ lówó tó wọ́n tó ń wó mi sì bá fún ẹ lówó nìkan ni owó tí mo send labroad kàn ẹ́ kò yé wọn. Economically. Owó wa ló gbé gbogbo.
Tán bá ní ká wálé ńgbà míì pé ẹ ò jẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wálé wọn dábàá pé wálé ọ̀rẹ́dì tó wa ló rànà economy wọn.
Majority wọn ò mọ̀ kò yé wọn. Kò yé wọn dáadáa.
Ẹ má jà fi tiwọn ṣe torí kò yé wọn. Suggestion kan fẹ́ make tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ tó ti pẹ́ tó ti wà lọ́kàn mi pé tí mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé tábà ní ká wò oye tá à ń send sílé yẹn ọwọ́ ló ń bọ́ sí kò dẹ̀ ń bọ́ tó àwọn èèyàn ti wa. Ìní sì ni pé ẹni tó ń gbé ọ̀nà fún pé kó ṣe ọ̀nà tó fún ní contract millions tí ò ṣe ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ní náírà yẹn máa wà tá a bá dẹ̀ máa change owó ọwọ́ wọn lówó yẹn máa ń bọ́ sí. Why can't we make our whole
forex yẹn kò sáré
Yeah.
àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀?
Exactly. Wọ́n tẹ́ wọ́n gé ní báńkì pépà lásán fún yẹn ọ̀fẹ́ exchange sweat tàwa ni. Just like we are working for them.
So.
I understand. Why táwa fúnra wọ̀ sílẹ̀ tá a lè provide the good exchange tiwa fúnra tó jẹ́ Yorubaland.
Ǹjẹ́ mọ̀ pé suggestion yìí tẹ́ sọ yìí ló pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí a ṣe fi mọ́ program wa. Mi ò fẹ́ sọ a lot. Ṣé get? Àwọn kankan wà tó yẹ pé ṣe ni mo máa fẹ́ kí àwọn èèyàn wa padà lọ kà wọ́n bẹ̀ nígbà tó bá ti bá wa professionally tó ti curate àwọn nǹkan yẹn lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó ṣe é kàńtà because mi fẹ́ kó wà too raw. Àwọn èèyàn wa máa ní access sí interest free loan nígbà tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀, no joke.
Exactly.
Ẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ yìí lọ, mo ń gbádùn yín.
Exactly. So tá a bá ń change owó fúnra wa láti ọ̀dọ̀ wa sí Yorubaland láti change owó àkáǹtì wa la fi ń change ẹ̀ tó bá jẹ́ 1 naira tó bá jẹ́ 2% ló yọ ó kú lórí ẹ̀ ó hà tó nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní kò máa lọ
contribution nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe kò sí rọ́ńbẹ́.
A lè máa báyàn jà ká tó máa feed ẹ̀ bí nǹkan tí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ kò possible. We have finished these people. 20, 30, 40% owó tí Boko Haram ń lò tó fi ń run Nàìjíríà àwa là ń send ẹ̀sùn láti abroad because owó àwọn tó wà ní ìdí Boko Haram lówó yẹn ń bọ́ sí àwọn lówó exchange ẹ̀. Kò dẹ̀ síṣẹ́ kan tó ń ṣe ju pé kàn gé owó ní Nigeria Central Bank.
Rent seekers ni wọ́n ní wọ́n kàn máa ń gé owó lórí nǹkan tí ń kó wá níbi tó ti ń rówó yẹn nìyẹn.
Kàn dẹ̀ fi exchange the sweat tàwa. Ó dáa sí. So we are just working for them. Ẹ jẹ́ ká control nǹkan tiwa fúnra wa. Ibi kan láti máa bẹ̀rẹ̀.
Ìrántí bí tí mo ti sọ̀rọ̀ resources yìí pé aláwọn èèyàn àti ìkó wọn jọ lò wọ́n ní sìn ní. Irú èèyàn bíi táǹsọ̀ irú ìkànnì wọn ní tẹ̀ ń bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ yìí sà. Ṣé get? Ṣé rí resources nǹkan tí ó yẹ kó tẹ́ bá wá rí pé àwa pa gbogbo resources wa sí ojú kan kò sí nǹkan tá a lè ṣe máa ń sọ yẹn for everybody owó wa a lè tie it down sírú àwọn nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ yìí tó máa padà máa help economy ilẹ̀ Yorùbá yẹn directly àti ń control ẹ̀ indirectly nìyẹn o àwọn èèyàn kan lè máa gbọ́ wa kọ́ máa pé kò possible ọ̀kan tẹ́ra sọ sílẹ̀ yìí ó ti wà nínú plan already tí n bá sọ fún yín pé real estate pẹ̀lú nǹkan tó wà nínú plan ńkọ́ part of things tó yẹ pé ọmọ àtàyè resources Yorùbá struggle mọ́ débi pé Yorùbá struggle ní láàkì fund ever ẹ má jẹ́ sọ èyí tó pọ̀ jù yẹn náà lọ ṣáàbọ̀ ẹ láì dí àkọ́ tí mo sọ.
Ìyẹn gangan la fẹ́. So àwọn èèyàn wa tó pé wọ́n ní tọmọ tá a bá fẹ́ gbà kà ọlọ́mọdé a máa fún lóyún ni. So lóòótọ́ they are controlling their brain but àwa náà tá a fẹ́ gbà kọ́ lọ́wọ́ tá a fẹ́ kán rí nǹkan a máa fọ́ fún wọn ní nǹkan wò.
So tó bá dọ̀la tá a bá sọ pé ẹ wà ẹ̀yin màmá wa ẹ wo àwọn ẹni yìí ọ̀tá Yorùbá ni wọ́n èrèlè lẹ́ka tó wí ká tó fọ̀ wọ́n ti kó yín jáde wọ́n á ní kẹ́ lọ tò sínú oòrùn ẹ̀rí bọ́ ṣe ń ṣe yín ẹ bá wa bá àwọn obìnrin tó kù sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn ni wọ́n máa lọ sọ pé àwọn tó nífẹ̀ẹ́ Yorùbá wà ṣé láwọn eléyìí wọ́n ń lò wá ni tó bá di ọ̀túnla wọ́n ti ní ká kó gbogbo wa pátápátá kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ nǹkan báyìí mọ́lẹ̀ Yorùbá kò ní símọ́ náà ni Yorùbá ẹ̀ ń láti rí resources tó ti jẹ́ kí wọ́n ti trust yín dé level yẹn ẹ lè fẹnu sọ fún ọ máa sọ fáwọn èèyàn wa but àwọn èèyàn ògbà mi sọ pé ẹ ṣàjà ṣe ń ṣe báwa ṣe fẹ́ ṣe tiwa bóyá tọ́wọ́ èèyàn bá ń rí result wọ́n wá believe pé kíní ìṣe ṣe in fact ó possible kó ṣẹlẹ̀ faster than báwọn èèyàn mi ṣe ń rògùn lọ but tá a bá ṣe dáadáa tá a bá ní resources láti fund ẹ̀ tá a bá láwọn èèyàn tó ready láti commit mọ́ ó máa pẹ́ díẹ̀ sá má jẹ́ n parọ́ fún yín.
ó máa pẹ́ díẹ̀ bí kò tẹ̀ sọ lóòótọ́ because nǹkan tá a gbé dání ó máa ná wa lówó ká má pọ̀ wá wá and we have to ready to fight to work to do everything láti achieve aim wa not because of us but fún àwọn wa tó
break òfin kankan ní UK ká má break òfin kankan ní Europe
kọ́ lè máa gbàdúrà pé òkè àwọn tó wà ń bí tá a wà àwọn kankan ló ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn fáwọn tó wà ń bí lé ní wọ́n ń gbàdúrà fún àwọn padà wọn yẹn so táwa náà ṣe the same thing náà káwọn ọmọ wa máa gbàdúrà fáwa.
ṣeré ní pé igbá kan ló ní jẹ́ ká lọ ìta ọgbẹ́ni ní oníjẹ́ ká lọ ṣeré nígbà tí ẹsẹ̀ wa bá múlẹ̀ tán a ní rí gbogbo àwọn nǹkan yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ èmi fẹ́ kó di pé àwọn èèyàn á bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní believe nínú ara wọn pé táwọn bá ti náà wọ́n ń lọ UK gan ò lè dá wọn dúró kò sẹ́ni tó lè dá wọn dúró tó bá ti rí sáyìn pé ọmọ ọ̀dà àbí ti ń lọ o iṣẹ́ yẹn mo ní ká ṣe yìí ṣùgbọ́n dàbí pé ká máa fẹnu sọ all the time ó dàbí pé ká fẹnu máa sọ yẹn gan ó ti dàbí pé iṣẹ́ rẹpẹtẹ fáìmù ìyàwó èèyàn wa wọ́n ti rò pé wọ́n lọ́ǹtìn nìyẹn àsìkò tó láti ṣe ń sìn ká má kọ fẹnu sọ mọ́.
àti bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà nìyẹn.
God bless you, Baba. That microfinance bank stuff, yeah, already change or whatever it is, yeah. Owo wa kafi style control owo wa to jẹ́ remittances in Nigeria. Go through one source. To ba jẹ́ pé a máa dá Burundi change to máa ní app títí ẹ̀ tó máa dẹ̀ ní funding títí ẹ̀ tá bá máa dálẹ̀ a máa dálẹ̀. So yẹn bá yìí sìn wà ní sọ jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Again, tọwọ́ ọmọdé ò bá tí ì tẹ̀kù ìdá kó má ìbèrè kojú pa bàbá ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kọ́kàn láì dé nǹkan tá tó ṣe àti nǹkan tá máa ṣe. Bàbá, àwa gan ò tí ì mọ̀ tán. Ẹ jẹ́ á bẹ̀rẹ̀. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
God bless you. Another caller, sorrow. Hello there.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Ekale sir.
Ekale o. Ẹ ṣá bá mi gbé phone yín sétí yẹn kẹ́ ignore broadcast yẹn. Ṣé rí broadcast tẹ́ ń gbọ́ yẹn ó wà delayed bóyá bí 4 seconds. So yẹn lè máa rí pé ẹ máa sọ pé hello. Ẹ máa tún rí pé pẹ́ kó tó sọ̀rọ̀ mbẹ́. So ẹ kò gbé phone yẹn sétí kémi àti ilé máa sọ̀rọ̀ lọ. Ayé padà lọ́wọ́ broadcast. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ló máa gbọ́ ẹ̀yin náà kọ́ máa wò yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ kémi àti present. Báwo ni sir?
Adúpẹ́ sir.
Ekale.
Ẹ kú ètò. Tósìn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ sir.
Tósìn. Sir, gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ yín báyìí. Ẹ fẹ́ bá wa dá sí ọ, ẹ fẹ́ béèrè question ọ, ẹ fẹ́ bá wa nǹkan kan wà tá tí miss out tó yẹ kó pẹ̀lú. Whichever one, sir.
Àwọn èèyàn ẹ ti sọ ètò jẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Àwọn èèyàn náà dẹ̀ ti sọ ètò jẹ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀. Mo kàn fẹ́ fi àfikún díẹ̀ sí ni.
Ẹ bá wa dá sí, sir.
Ṣẹ̀rí program tẹ sọ lálẹ́ yìí tí tẹ bá wo majority àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Majority wọn nǹkan tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ nípa Yoruba Nation ó yàtọ̀ sí plan nǹkan tẹ́yìn ń ṣe lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Tẹ bá ṣàkíyèsí àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ nǹkan táwọn èèyàn mọ̀ jù tó go viral ní Nàìjíríà ojú pé wọ́n dáwó fún ẹnìkan kò jẹ mi mọ̀ bóyá ẹ understand nǹkan tí mò ń try láti sọ.
Mo ń try láti understand yín o bọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ẹ máa bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ bóyá máa catch up ẹ go on. Ẹ sọ pé nǹkan tó ń go on impression on Nigeria ẹ tún ti jẹ́ kó yọ wá sí pé wọ́n dá fún ọkọ̀ kó jẹ but mi ò tí really get picture help me.
Nǹkan tí mò ń try láti sọ ni pé ṣe mọ̀ ní time kan wà tán sọ pé wọ́n dáwó fún àwọn kan kówó jẹ àwọn kan ṣe gbá kan àwọn kan ṣe àwo kan so kò jẹ́ kí majority àwọn èèyàn wa kàn ní believe nínú Yoruba Nation níṣẹ́ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ rí bí ẹni pé wọ́n ń ṣeré ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wọ́n rí bí ẹni pé ń ṣe náà ń ṣeré bíi pé nǹkan tó ń ṣe yẹn kò wà meaningful kò rí ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ so nǹkan tẹ́ wá sọ lálẹ́ ìtẹ́ fẹ́ ṣe yìí tẹ́ bá dé even bóyá church tẹ́ bá dé church wọ́n máa sọ fún yín ní church pé láì ṣe pé iṣẹ́ ìyanu kan ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn ò ní nígbàgbọ́ iṣẹ́ ìyanu tó fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ yẹn ni àwọn nǹkan tí program tẹ́ dálẹ̀ lálẹ́ because until táwọn èèyàn bá rí.
tán rí sign nìkan tán rí nǹkan kan tó jọmọ́ pé
tán rí nǹkan kan tó jọmọ́ pé àwọn ta ló ń ṣe nǹkan báyìí Yoruba Nation ló ń ṣe nǹkan báyìí Yoruba Nation ló ń ṣe léyìí so then láti bẹ̀ lọ lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ náà ti máa ní interest pé so bẹ́ẹ̀ so àfikún tẹ́mi kan rí láàrin ẹ̀ tí mo fẹ́ fi kún nìyẹn mo kàn fẹ́ bẹ̀ gbogbo àwọn èèyàn wa gbogbo àwọn tí ó ń contribute kọ́ má jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ kú wa ẹ jẹ́ kí n pùtẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
ká má jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ kú wa ká má jẹ́ kí ọwọ́ kó rẹ̀ wá.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni because majority àwọn èèyàn wa tó wà nílé a gbọ́dọ̀ blame wọn ẹ̀sà ebi ń pa àwọn èèyàn àwọn èèyàn ń suffer so enemy tó bá wá làwọn èèyàn máa tẹ̀lé so ẹ má jẹ́ ká blame wọn much kí gbogbo akọ̀ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run fún àǹfààní àti opportunity tó ní kálukú rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni so opportunity tí oníkálukú wá rí gbogbo èèyàn kan ló máa rí opportunity táwa náà rí so ẹ má jẹ́ ká gbé blame lé wọn lórí púpọ̀ ìgbà táwa náà bá máa ní ẹnu ọ̀rọ̀ láti sọ sí wọn ìgbà táwa náà bá ṣe nǹkan tó ju tiwọn náà rí táwọn náà rí so táwọn bá wá ṣe nǹkan táwa náà fẹ́ ní time tó yẹ tá a nídìí wọn àwa náà lè lẹ́nu láti sọ̀rọ̀ sí wọn.
That's true but ṣe wá rí ìta àti ẹ̀ máa achieve ẹ máa gbọ́ tèmi jàre ṣe rí ìta àfẹ́ ṣe èyí tó ṣe sọ jù ni mò ń sọ fún àwọn èèyàn wa tá à ń gbọ́ yìí tó ṣe tètè understand ṣe rí majority nǹkan tá a máa ṣe nígbà tí ó bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ lóòótọ́ right àwọn èèyàn wọ ò ní choice wọ́n máa embrace ẹ mọ̀ why because wọ́n máa rí tán eléyìí wá tí wá ju ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu àsọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu mọ́ àfẹnusọ́mọ́ à ń sọ fún wọn pé ẹ máa bọ̀ ẹjá jọ ṣe léyìí kí la fẹ́ ṣe rí ní ẹjá jọ ṣe ẹ bá wa kó kíní ẹjá jọ lọ bá wọn báwọ ṣé pé ọ̀rọ̀ kíní tiẹ̀ tó tọ́ ni kíní yìí tó tọ́ ni ẹ̀yin ti dára wá ń sìn ẹ lọ sọ fáwọn ẹlòmíràn pé ó tọ́ ni ẹ ṣáà rí nǹkan bọ̀ táwọn ọlọ́pàá bá wá dé ńkọ́ ẹ máa wọ̀rì ẹ ráwọn tó dúró síbẹ̀ yẹn ṣèbọ̀ ọlọ́pàá náà ìṣàrẹ̀pọ̀ ọlọ́pàá ni wọ́n àrẹ̀pọ̀ aṣọ ọlọ́pàá Nàìjíríà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀yin lọ́wọ́ protect kò sẹ́ni kankan tó máa bá yín sódò àwọn influence bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn á ní ìdí ẹ̀ àwọn ti kọ́ àwọn èèyàn wa wọ́n ti wá gbé bàbá Kabiru nílé mọ́jú o wọ́n nítorí bàbá Kabiru bá Fúlàní jà lóko o bàbá Kabiru bá Fúlàní tó boko ẹ̀ jẹ́ òun ló wá gbé ńlé o kó tó dàrọ̀ ọjọ́ kejì àti kó bí àwọn agbẹjọ́rò tó ń lọ bóyá bíi méje mẹ́jọ afẹ́ intimidate wọn nípa léèyàn ẹ̀gẹ́ wọ́n ti débẹ̀ wọ́n ti dé ibi tọ́lọ́ ti bàbá Kabiru mọ́ àwọn tó rò pé bàbá Kabiru ò léèyàn àwọn èèyàn dé síta wọn ni ẹ wá ẹ ti èèyàn kan lọ mú èèyàn kan mọ́lé ní ìjọba bàbá kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ kí ló tẹ̀ tí mọ́lé ẹ kò tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ mú jáde náà bàbá Kabiru ló ṣe máa bèrè pé ẹjọ́ àwọn wòlé léyìí ẹjọ́ àwọn wòlé àwọn ló wá gbà nìyẹn àwọn ti Yorùbá Nation ní o kò sọmọ Yorùbá kan tó máa fi lọkulọ lọ́nlù yìí mọ́ ọ má jẹ́ ń parọ́ fún ẹ ọ sọ fáwọn ọmọ ẹ kọ́ lọ́dà irú nǹkan gẹ́gẹ́ sọ yẹn sìn tí wọ́n bá rà pẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn yẹn ti tó ta wọ́n kọ́ ta fẹ́ ṣe nìyẹn o fẹ́ni tí ò bá yé o bá dẹ̀ máa ṣe a máa ṣe ẹ fún wa lóṣù mẹ́ta sẹ́ni
àfikún tí mo kàn ní kí n fi kún nìyẹn tán àfikún tí mo kàn ní kí n fi kún ni.
God bless you sir ẹ ṣeun gan. So ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé another call right another person on the line ẹ ló ń bẹ̀ yẹn hello there. Hello okay ó dàbí pé network lélẹ́yìí o ó sọ pé ó ń reconnect now èyí tí ẹ bá ṣì ń wò mí sorry that pé a ti wá switch sí full Yorùbá I told you pé ó máa wà much like full Yorùbá because of message tí a fẹ́ deliver ṣe gbọ́ Yorùbá báyìí so èyí tí ẹ bá ṣì ń wo Maiyegun bẹ̀yẹn right ẹ ṣì lè like fídíò yẹn kẹ́ show pé ẹ wà ń bì yìí for now but ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé call yìí again hopefully I'll connect this time around. Hello ń bẹ̀yẹn.
Hello, Baba.
Larry Larry.
Yes, sir. Hello, everybody. Ẹ káàsán, ẹ kálẹ́, ẹ káàárọ̀ níbi tẹ́ bá ti wá o.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí. Ó yá, Larry Larry.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ ọ́ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n kò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àbí wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ wẹ́. Maiyegun ó sọ pé ó kò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. Àní kí wọ́n ṣá ti ṣe èyí tó jẹ́ kí wọ́n ṣe.
Fáwọn ará ìlú
tó gbé wọn dé bẹ̀ o. Tí ó jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ ni kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Àbáyọ̀ ṣọ̀tá ẹ bá ti ṣe dáadáa àásọ ń pa yín kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni kò jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ kò lè báwo lè wọn máa tutọ́ sí ọmọ mi lójú tó jẹ́ ní pé irọ́ o kàn ń fi bọ́tà pa lójú ní tó yá wèrè.
Ṣé wàá ń bínú ṣé torí mo tutọ́ sí ẹ lójú ló ṣe ń bínú tó ya ẹ ṣàṣẹ yá wèrè ni èmi ẹ tún béèrè question pé ṣé torí ẹ tutọ́ sí abẹ́.
You know, just the same way that I've been saying. I thank God Princess touched on it again today. You know, the same thing that I said about religion is the same thing that she said today. You know, they came, they saw us, they were like, oh, these people are, woo! Àwọn eléyìí òtítọ́ wọn ti pọ̀ ju àwọn òrí.
Trustworthy, organized. Irú ìlú wo leléyìí?
Irú ìlú wo leléyìí? Àṣà ọ̀run tá à ń píríṣì àṣẹ ilé ayé yìí ló wà Yorùbá land ló wà ṣá. Àwọn máa máa dọ̀rùn yìí rú. A máa fún wọn ní best square tiwa. Tàbá ti fún wọn best square tiwa. Tó bá yá a máa sọ fún wọn pé polygamy ò dáa. Tó bá yá a máa tún sọ fún wọn pé gay ló dáa. Àwọn wìrì, àwọn aṣèrè. Ṣèbí pọ́ọ̀pù yín ti sọ pé Ọlọ́run ló dá àwọn gay, àwọn wìrì. Kí làwọn pásítọ̀ yín sọ ní Nàìjíríà? Get the fuck out of here, man. Wo mi ò ráyè ògo ṣí o. Gbogbo àwọn táwọn àwọn aṣọ pé kíníkan gan.
Láì ti bínú
tán. Yeah, now.
Àbá ìjẹ̀bù rẹ̀.
Na true now.
Kí lè rí síta lọ.
Na so person go come dey purple you talk say your own no good carry kini ó gba kàkó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ó ń gbé àgbàdo lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ bí àṣà àwọn ti lulẹ̀ wọ́n sọ pé kini ṣé tó bá wò mọ́ àkàrà make sense ni tó bá mú búrẹ́dì tó fi lu àkàrà àbí tó mú gàrí tó fi lu àkàrà àbí tó mú ẹ̀kọ́ tó fi lu àkàrà wà ń gbé gbàgùdà lé ẹ lọ́wọ́ pé kí ló fẹ́ fi ṣe.
àgbàdo kí ni ó le tó yẹn.
Now, Baba.
It is well. So I need to change orientation away. You need to more. We want to serve better.
Yeah.
And if they don't know how
one
to,
thing
they need to show them.
Yeah, one thing like I said, and she touched on it again. See, my brother, there is a study here that, I actually went through. And we realized that pictorial messages all go a long way, even to the people that are not intellectually, sound, not educationally sound. Picture message goes a long way. So I would say that we should use that Jehovah Witness style. I'm sorry to use them as the point
remember
reference.
This, Larry. Remember this. We said that we will first try to reduce physical contact in delivering our messages so that we don't put people in the line of
people into harm's way.
In the line of easy attack or targets or whatever. That will do everything possible to reduce pühysical contact for now.
Because what I'm just looking at is then we are actually indirectly and directly employing people, then we'll pay them on a monthly basis. You understand?
Right? We know how
we're going to employ them.
And to provide security for and to provide us some other things. Meanwhile, tell them employ one they volunteers. There are people on student come pick up pay. Just drop them for us. We'll take them to church. We'll take them here and the other machine, right? They're to remunerate one. That's to motivate on pelun kokon. In fact, I want to deliver. But
so because of our phone incentive, motivate motivation
to get. But with Intel Tani, need enough resources. Láti provide safety fún àwọn èèyàn tá bá dá síta fún nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀. I am so bóyá torí ìlú òyìnbó tèmi ń gbé ló fà ṣàṣẹ you get èmi máa ń ro gbogbo pros and cons nǹkan especially tó bá ti jọ mọ́ pé àwọn èèyàn máa wà involved. So kí nǹkan bá ṣe bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn.
It's always good kí wọ́n máa lọ fi àwọn èèyàn sí arm's way.
Ṣé you get exactly so kí la máa ṣe fún wọn tí nǹkan bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn kí ni nǹkan bá ti gẹ̀ sí so mo realize pé ká tó ti àwọn èèyàn ṣe nǹkan gbà mí ká provide resources tó yẹ pé tí nǹkan bá go the other way wọn ní wà fully impacted débi pé ìjọ mi tó bá pè wọ́n ìrọ̀ ẹjọ́ ẹ má pè mí mọ́ o nígbà tá a fẹ́ ṣe billboard right mo bá àwọn tí mi ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ mo ní tẹ bá ń rí billboard lọ́wọ́ tó bá attack yín kọ because àwọn people yìí máa rí yín náà you know what that person told me ni Larry ó ní Maiyegun a máa ń gba mo ti charge owó security mọ owó tí mo charge yìí àwọn tó máa attack wa àwọn ló máa bá wa rí kíní yẹn tá a bá débẹ̀ that's exactly what happened now mo ti factor mo ti rí pé tó bá lọ right mi ò ní gbọ́ tí bá ti máa gbọ́ anything kò ní pọ̀ jù pé kọ́kọ́ go wrong kò ní pọ̀ jù because one way or the other àti try láti mitigate against it so when you now have to deal with a lot of number of people sometimes you weigh the nǹkan tó fa nìyẹn o your proposal a ṣì máa lò gidi gan ṣùgbọ́n tá bá ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní láwọn èèyàn
wa tó ti sign up ó máa touch àwọn èèyàn gidi gan well if that be the case then we should just not just say only Yoruba Nation on the bill, but we should put some, some fact and, we can't really say figures anyways, but we can put some facts, pictorial facts, and, all those statistical facts on the billboard itself, so that they will be able to know where So, then we'll now follow it up with because one deprive and so much.
So there's something Baba ẹ mọ tá tẹ fẹ́ ṣe ní stage kan over this stage kan a máa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa kí ló ti ń pè crude deposit, liquid natural deposit, the wind energy, the water energy. A máa sọ gbogbo àwọn bí tí àwọn resources yẹn wà, right? A máa sọ capacity tí wọ́n lè ṣe tó máa impact lórí life individual ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. So a máa analyse gbogbo break it down pé ṣé tí àwọn tí bí báyìí tó bá ní access sí kíní wọn nǹkan báyìí ní life ṣe lè rí. Táwọn tí àdúgbò báyìí bá ní access sí nǹkan báyìí ní life ṣe lè rí. Generally ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, right? Nǹkan báyìí ló máa ṣẹlẹ̀ tí a bá tap nǹkan báyìí níbi báyìí bí gun mẹ́rẹ̀ẹ̀rin yìí. Tá bá ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ put àwọn nǹkan yẹn together, right? Where people can say pé òótọ́ ni o. Really? Yẹn ni pé a lè ṣe you get say pẹ̀lú part of our handbook at other things táwọn èèyàn tó máa lọ máa bá àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ listen o bàbá ọ̀tọ̀ ní ká print ẹ̀ sínú kan o ọ̀tọ̀ ní kí every member ẹgbẹ́ wa kí wọ́n mọ nǹkan tó wà nù ẹ̀dálẹ̀
kọ́ balẹ̀ pitch
ibi tó bá ti bára wọn wọ́n máa sọ àwọn yẹn máa wo ni pé báwo ni wọ́n ṣe mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn ọmọ the Yoruba Union member ni mi o àwa tí ìgbìmọ̀ má jẹ́ kó bàjẹ́ lẹ Yorùbá ni o so mọ gbogbo kíní ìtò yìí kẹ kí ló wá dé táwa Yorùbá wa ń sùn látijọ́ yìí dẹ̀ ìyẹn la ṣe gbaṣẹ́ ìtàn sọ pé kí la bára wa sọ̀rọ̀ o ẹ̀rí nǹkan tó ń fi wá ṣe o so tí irun yẹn bá lè spread ta ní resources láti spread ẹ̀ ta ní volunteers tó wà trained in that capacity Larry ẹ fún wa ní 3 months you begin to see some certain things nígbà tó bá kíní bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní take effect no joke.
àwọn ọmọ máa dùn sílẹ̀ ní ohun tó kí pé a máa try bẹ́ẹ̀ sọ Ọlọ́run á jẹ́ máa ràn wá lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run á túbọ̀ máa ṣí fún wa. That's just the only thing tí pé a ṣe.
Thank you so Larry, thank you so much. I think I've just lost that. So yeah, line Yeshua opened. The line is still open. Okay, and you can still make your own contribution as well. All right. This is the point where we seem to have agreed that we're going to be doing something on the publicity part. That's going to cost us a lot. And now we would no longer have emergency money the moment I start releasing this fund, okay? I just want to become our steps are taking. They are going on my low. What of the man know I right? I know I worried much, yeah. Or a lè kójọ mọ́ tí a bá feel like pé ẹ má gbọ́ hello there.
Hello baba.
Hello sir. Báwo ni o?
Mo wà pa o. Ìkọ́ tẹ́ kí n kúnlé lẹ́sọ̀ láti Cape Town. Ìkọ́ tẹ́ kí n kọ́ wọlé láti Cape Town. So baba, you are live. Everybody can hear you.
Nǹkan tí mo fi pè yín ni pé àwọn onítẹ̀ lọ́rọ̀ rí estate tẹ́ sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ nǹkan tá a fẹ́ dálẹ̀ yóò máa dọ́rọ̀ rí estate. Inú mi dẹ̀ dùn pé ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ because every day ni màá fi rò pé báwo ni Nàìjíríà àwọn tó náà ń ṣe rí estate gan ní Nàìjíríà ṣé wọ́n tẹ̀ ń wo àwọn advanced country yẹn ni pé tí táwọn òyìnbó yẹn tó bá ti di pé ìdìkan ti wà congested wọ́n á dẹ̀ gbéra wọ́n á dẹ̀ lọ dáná dá community sílẹ̀ everybody ló fẹ́ gbé ní Lekki everybody ló fẹ́ gbé ní Island everybody ló fẹ́ gbé àwọn èèyàn wọ́n dẹ̀ abandon àwọn ìgbèríko tó yẹ kó máa lajú sí kó máa fọ́ mọ́ kó máa sọjà síbẹ̀ everybody tó wá fẹ́ ra nǹkan ó gbọ́dọ̀ lọ sí Island lọ ra nǹkan tó fẹ́ rà Èkó yẹn tó wá congested Ìbàdàn gan-an ó wà congested ó wá abandon gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní àwọn ìgbèríko.
Wọ́n náà Awólọ́wọ̀ ló create a new city last and that was way back kí ló ti ń pè bóyá bí 1950 something. Kò sí any new Yoruba political leader to find it to create any new city.
Baba Deba travel by road ní Nàìjíríà kò sí rí jọ́nà ẹ̀ sí rí jagbajagba yẹn. Omi ọmọ bọ́ lójú yín ẹ̀kan máa rá àwọn abúlé kéékèèké yẹn tó ṣe abandon wọn síbẹ̀. Àwọn ilé tó wà ní tó ti gbàgbé wọn síbẹ̀ tó yẹ pé kò sí nǹkan kan tó ń function bẹ́ẹ̀. Even gan ọmọ ìlú yẹn gan tó lówó lọ́wọ́ kò ronú kó fẹ́ lọ kọ́lé ẹ̀ fẹ́ lọ dá kankan lẹ̀ sínú ibi tó ti wà. Fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ ilé ẹ̀sìn tẹ́mi wò pé wow bàbá.
Ṣèrí tó bá jẹ́ kó ṣe fún mi láti share email yẹn content email yẹn o mo ti share pẹ̀lú àwọn èèyàn kan tí mo believe pé they should have an idea nǹkan tá à ń ṣe ní behind the scene right no content yẹn tí wàá sọ gba nǹkan tó list síbẹ̀ nǹkan tó ń sọ fún wa ní pé ṣe rí ọ̀tọ̀ ní pé kí a ní resources báyìí ká fi máa pursue àwọn nǹkan kan ṣe ń gbọ́n sìn ká wá di pé ọ̀nà kan ni à ń gbà ń rí support àti funding sọ̀kọ́ tó sọ ní pé ń ṣe ni ó yẹ kí a fi ẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ dáadáa débi ọ̀rọ̀ pé àṣọ èmi ni real estate ni o ẹ wò real estate tá à ń sọ yìí yẹn ni pé Yoruba Nation organization yìí yẹn ni the Yoruba Union yìí right ó lè ní investment nínú real estate all over the world tó wọ́ ti $1 billion láàrin ọdún mélòó kan ṣé wàá mọ advantage ẹ̀ òun ni wípé that same organization ó lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ mass housing nílẹ̀ Yorùbá create a new place buy a new place and then create a new city tó yẹ pé gbogbo nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀ ó yàtọ̀ sí gbogbo ọ̀tẹ̀ ń bá níta Nàìjíríà bí níta ilẹ̀ Yorùbá a lè ṣe yẹn la yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa resources tẹ́ bá ní lọ́wọ́ ṣe ní kọ́tà yẹn sọ yìí kò ṣe nǹkan tí individual ń ṣe.
mi ò wá fẹ́ kí lè jẹ́ pé mi fẹ́ kó jẹ́ pé ìgbìmọ̀ Yorùbá yẹn kó jẹ́ pé anywhere nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lálẹ́ ní everybody lálẹ́ lọ gbalẹ̀ everybody dẹ̀ máa ra lẹ̀ ń bẹ káde máa fún nǹkan gidi síbẹ̀ ẹ jẹ́ nǹkan tí mi sọ tó yẹ pé kò dídán kó jẹ́
ṣé ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tí àwọn èèyàn wa ara àwọn èèyàn tó jẹ́ individual náà tó dá ń ra thousands of acres náà tó fi ń ṣe kí ló fi ń ṣe estate àbí kí ló ń ṣe Nàìjíríà sí yẹn náà estate so as an organization àwa gan lè dá sí ti ilẹ̀ just so you know.
tó máa jẹ́ pé Yorùbá lọ́wọ́ máa ṣiṣẹ́ nínú ẹ̀ Ọlọ́run gbogbo kílẹ̀ ni máa ń rò lẹ́ẹ̀kẹ́.
ó ti yé ń sìn ilé gbígbé nínú ibẹ̀ ni o ó ti yé ẹ máa mọ̀ kó yàtọ̀ ó ṣàyàtọ̀ síta Nàìjà tó bá ti wọ́n lọ́dọ̀ àmọ̀ pé wọ́n á sọ fún ọ pé ṣẹ́rí small city tó wà ní ìtọ́ṣe níbi tọ́ṣe níbẹ̀ yẹn tọ́ṣe ń bẹ̀ yẹn ṣẹ́rí gbogbo àwọn city yẹn nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe ńlẹ̀ Yorùbá gangan nìyẹn ọ̀ tí Yorùbá nation bá dá dúró tán àwọn examples tá à ń sọ nìyẹn àwọn nǹkan tó yẹ pé káyé fẹnu sọ ẹjẹ àṣe tán rí táwọn èèyàn bá rí.
Bàbá ànímọ̀ àti pàdé mi bíbà ọmọ Ìgbò ni a kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ òbọ̀ yẹn kàn ní if you go my village better stream better thing they be say if you build ọ̀bọ̀ yẹn kàn ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́jọ́ yẹn pé people be say if I build you know those carriers wey dem dey do the money everybody just dey run go town nobody wan do anything for village. Before ìmọ̀ kan sọ̀rọ̀ ni pé okay ó náà eré àbíkan bí bàjẹ́ pé in the 5 years ago tẹ bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ igbó níbẹ̀ yẹn tẹ bá débẹ̀ yẹn sí ẹ wò ẹ mọ̀ kékeré tá a dẹ̀ fáìn lọ́tọ̀ tẹ bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn sí tẹ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé 5 years ago tẹ bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣe rí wọ́n máa kọ́ sọ̀nà lọ.
Egypt ṣe kan láìpẹ́ wọ́n relocate àwọn èèyàn kúrò nínú swamp wọn àmì sí nínú slum right wọ́n lọ sí another area tó súnmọ́ desert wọ́n wá wọ́n build ilé síbẹ̀ rerun gbogbo èmìlomi iná everything ọ̀nà hospital schools nǹkan wọ́n wá relocate gbogbo èèyàn kúrò nínú slum yẹn we are talking about tens of thousands of people free of house ó ti yẹn sọ ọkọ̀ lọ kún wọn sí gbogbo nu àwọn ilé yẹn pé okay ní ilé yín rè o ní kíní yín rè o ní igbá yín rè o now you just pay the utilities like everyone else láti run busy run properties and everything yeah. Now if you don't have real money baba tí ẹ bá lè attract real money gbogbo wa tá à ń sọ yìí number one tó o bá ní real capital real resources kò sẹ́ni tó máa respect ẹ náà ṣé mo kọ́ tó tí àwọn olóṣèlú yẹn ṣe ń ṣe jákujàku tó ń ṣe yìí ni ṣé mo dé tí gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n tó ń gbọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ Yorùbá nation yẹn tó ṣe ń gbọ́n múnú ni wọ́n respect wa because wọ́n wò pé kí ni value àwọn tó wà behind them so I need láti build the value yẹn I need láti build value wa is limitless àwa la àti ìkójọ ká lò rightly a máa try ẹ̀ tọ́nà bá wa fún wa ṣetán ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́ Yorùbá ṣe láwọn tí wọ́n ignore wa.
try because gbogbo kan tẹ̀ ń sọ ni mo wà interested gbàtẹ́ dárúkọ ọ̀rọ̀ rí ẹ̀sìn yẹn ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó yẹ pé máa ń rò everyday pé àwọn virgin land kò Nàìjíríà gan àwọn kí ló dé táwọn èèyàn kọ́ jẹ́ pé Èkó yẹn everybody fẹ́ ra lẹ̀ káwọn èèyàn kan jáde lọ sínú àwọn bí ọ̀nà ìpàdámù yẹn àwọn bí tó yẹ pé amen fuck.
Anyway, Baba, thank you so much. We can take another one. Because so that big, but we are going to have a fundraiser this week. So if our position is to go ahead with 2 things we want to do, then we are likely going to have a fundraiser soon. Okay. Again, I have had that suggestion, suggestion already. But I should need any time. I should need be another 15 minutes. Let's call a night. So anything you're free. Just pick up the phone. You will see the number on your screen. It's a WhatsApp number. So when you call it, don't call it directly. Just call the WhatsApp number, okay? And I'll be able to hear from you. So meanwhile, there is one sec. Or I will just hold on to that. So mo ní àwọn what do you call àwọn detailed information kan tí mo rò bí akẹ́ mo máa lè share lálẹ́ ìtẹ́lẹ̀, right? But mo máa hold on to it. The fact that hang on. Yeah. Mo máa hold on to it and let's see. Just a sec. Yeah. I think it will be properly used at some other time. So we want to hold on to that. So what I'm going to do is this. I am going to, I think we've had 2 hours already. So should I say at this point, we have an idea of where we are going now, which is, hang on. Let's see. Hello there.
Hey, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir.
Maiyegun baba.
Sir.
Báwo ni pàdé mi?
Dáadáa ni o, báwo ni?
Mo late nígbè ni. Bàbá Ègùn ló ń sọ̀rọ̀.
Because kọ́kọ́ tí mo miss just last second, good enough to make it in, right? You are likely going to be my last caller. So, glad you made it, sir.
Mo late láti join, but mo gbọ́ àwọn series gbọ́ méjì nínú ẹ̀, àwọn the last 2 or 3 caller yẹn. Mo gbọ́ tí wọ́n sọ nípa real estate, pé ká lọ situate another town kankan. So, èmi náà ti ní that kind of issue.
Nígbà tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa pé tí a bá fẹ́ make impact and all of that, and tá a bá ní resources to cover such, we can also do that too. Among other things, that is around by.
Because there are a lot of places like they only develop no talk. Òótọ́ ni nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn. Òótọ́ ni nǹkan tí gbogbo àwọn èèyàn sọ yẹn. A lot of places. Okay, wọ́n lú Òṣogbo yẹn, for example. Ṣé mo kọ́ Òṣogbo okay láti má tẹ̀ wá sóṣogbo? Mo rú Badagry. Mo rú àwọn Ẹ̀pẹ́. Àwọn ìlú kékeré lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ Èkó gan. Ó wà abandon wọn. Gbogbo everybody wọ́n lọ sí Lẹ́kì, wọ́n lọ sí Ìkẹjà, wọ́n lọ sí Ṣómólú gangan. So all those kind of something, wàá kò máa wò nígbà míì, bóyá nítorí táwọn wà lóyún ìbò la ṣe máa ń think very well nígbà tí àwọn tó dáwọn tó wà nílẹ̀ in fact tó bá bẹ́ẹ̀ lómi sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí wà ní wàá kàn máa wò báyìí pé ṣé orí ènìyàn yìí pé ṣá.
Honestly, I can hear that go everywhere ni like tẹ́ bá ti ń bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ilé yẹn especially wọ́n tó bá wá láti bí yẹn ó máa ń wà so frustrating débi pé at some point I feel like man ṣórí àbúrò mi.
nígbà tó ń bá wọn ṣe competition nígbà tí èèyàn bá wọn ṣe competition wọn máa wù ẹ nígbà tó yẹ pé kí ló ń ṣe léṣe nítorí pé wà á lórí ìbò máa wù báyìí pé àì máa gbà mí. mo fẹ́ kó jẹ gbádùn tèmi náà ń jẹ bí mi ìlú ẹ̀ mo fẹ́ kó jẹ.
débi pé o ní láti wá lórí ìbò káyé tó easy fún
ẹ. àwọn tó fẹ́ wá ní ẹrú làwa náà ń ṣe ní a fẹ́ wá ní. mo ní màgbà ní ìgbà yìí ló wà fún ìyọ̀wọ̀ yìí.
láti enjoy òru Nàìjíríà dàn pé kó gbádùn sọ́mà àwọn ọmọ.
tó máa rìn síbi tó wù ẹ́ tí wàá lọ sí tí ọ̀sà wàá lọ sí tí òkun wàá lọ ṣe tó wù ẹ́ kò sẹ́ni tó máa sọ pé kí ló ṣe ń bẹ̀.
wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ pé ẹ̀sà wọ́n ti bá yín pọnmi sí balùwẹ̀ ẹ lọ da mi tútù sára. wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ pé ẹ̀sà ẹ wo ṣé kọ́ bá yín tan ṣáwà yẹn ni wàá tan ṣáwà yẹn ó tún máa sweat láìpẹ́ náà bọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ kàn máa bá rọrùn dé náà ni no stress no pressure gbogbo àwọn nǹkan tó ti di sára yọ jáde pẹ̀lú ìtọ́kọ wa sí tó sọ pé ẹni bá ti lanu sọ̀rọ̀ ní wa báyìí sìn bọ́ọ̀ nìkan lọ yìnbọn wá nìkan lọ tì mí yé wọn o.
so mo ṣe wà lórí agenda mi o tó rántí nǹkan tá a jọ sọ the other time billboard gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ́kàn mo wà bámbámú anytime tó bá ti yá mo ti wà anytime tó bá yá ó yá lọ́nà nìyẹn.
ó tiẹ̀ ti yá báyìí mọ nǹkan ó ti yá báyìí ṣùgbọ́n bá ṣe máa ṣe é pé mo máa lọ yọ wọ́n síra wọn tàbá sọ̀rọ̀ tán lálẹ́ yìí sì máa yọ wọ́n síra máa wo pé nínú owó ta ní lọ́wọ́ èèlò ni ká kó sí orí billboard yẹn ṣé tàbá kó sí èèlò ló máa kù kí ni Yoruba Union ta fẹ́ set up yẹn legally right tí mo bá fún ẹnìyẹn náà lówó èèlò ló máa tí máa wí ẹ̀ síra wọn tí bá ní ìdòwò mọ̀ máa wá sí ìwà tọrọ ẹ̀ máa sọ fún everybody because it is iṣẹ́ everybody náà ni mò ń jẹ́ getting say.
Anytime tó bá ti ní ibi gbogbo kí wọ́n yẹn jọ tó lọ́dọ̀ máa gbé sórí ìkànnì. Gbé sórí ìkànnì everybody máa fi contribution tiẹ̀ síbẹ̀ everything. Èmi mo wà bá many times. Àbẹ́ni ṣé èmi àní báyìí kò jẹ́ fún scenario. Èmi ní last call àjẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ díẹ̀. Sórí mo lọ sí àwọn ọmọ mi lọ sí park. páàkì ṣùgbọ́n kí ní táwọn ọmọ yẹn máa ń gùn táwọn ọmọ kékeré máa ń gùn ṣùgbọ́n àwọn àgbà èmi ò lè lómi ò lè lọ́gùn mi ò lè wá tán tán mi ò lè wá torí yìí lè wá tán tán bó táwọn ọmọ yẹn ń bẹ̀rù bá ti lọ fún.
ṣé ẹ ti wà tempted pé ẹ láti tẹ̀lé wọn wọnú àwọn horo kìíní yẹn náà èmi ti bóyá tó lé mi rí jáńjálásá èmi máa ń bá wọn wọnú ẹ̀ ní o.
èmi fẹ́ wọnú ẹ̀ bọ̀ nígbà tí mo wọnú wo yẹn tí mo wọ
kọ́lọ́ máa jẹ lọ há sí lóbi èkó ni pé wọ́n máa ní kán la páìpù yẹn nìkan tó yọ mí wọ́n á pé kí ni ìwọ náà wà lórí.
ọmọ ìlú ni wọ́n helicopter náà máa fi gbé wọn lọ ọ̀tẹ̀ ni wọ́n á ti kọ́kọ́ máa wo
nígbà tó bá kọ́kọ́ gé yín jáde nínú páìpù yẹn wọ́n á ní ẹ domi sí ẹ fàtẹ́gùn sí wọ́n á sọ pé it's fine it's coming back to normal it's alright ibẹ̀ lẹ́sìn máa wọ pé ọ̀run mú ooru o inú ilẹ̀ máa hot kẹ́ ṣé o ń jóyún fàì bíi tú bàbá àta ẹ rántí pé inú ilẹ̀ máa hot o ẹ ti get but I get your drift sir ẹ sọ story yẹn tán fún mi by the way àwọn ọmọ tó lọ sí park.
ó nígbà tí mo bá ọmọ yẹn dé páàkì mo wá rí gbogbo ní páàkì yẹn bọ̀bọ̀ ní wọn páàkì ni wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe páàkì yẹn Yorkville tó bá gbogbo ẹ̀ kó pé Yorkville Illinois ní Chicago Yorkville Illinois wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ṣe páàkì yẹn ni páàkì nìkan náà porúkọ páàkì yẹn ìrántí bọ́ tó bá sọ pé Yorkville Illinois.
àbí ìtẹ̀ máa sanwó lọ.
a máa sanwó lọ ní. a máa sanwó lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn nǹkan ìbá $1,500 lánàá tàbí débẹ̀ fọ́tò lọ àwa bí àwa
tó kúrò lọ ni.
fọ́tò àyà ń bẹ̀ máa fẹ́ yẹ̀ sórí kìíní ẹ̀ lítà kó lọ wò. mo kó àwọn ọmọ gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ síbẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ìyàwó mi àtàwọn ìyá àwọn ọmọ àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ wọn nǹkan kan tá a kó lọ síbẹ̀. gbogbo páàkì ṣe gbogbo ọkọ̀ títí sí páàkì yẹn mo wá wò títí láì Maiyegun níwájú olóhùn àtẹ̀yàn omi ekúlẹ̀ bọ́lẹ̀ lójú mi pé.
àìmọye múmẹ́ǹtì bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ẹ gẹ́sì kọ́kọ́ sà ṣe ní kòtò ra sọ yìí àwọn èèyàn kan ń wò àwọn gbogbo ń gbọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí right many of them tó wà ní orí platform yìí tó ń gbé nílùú òyìnbó bóyá ọlọ́mọ ni o bóyá wọ́n ṣe nání fún ọmọ kan ni o bóyá àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́gbé lọ páàkì ni o kò sẹ́ni tó dé àwọn ibẹ̀ yẹn rí tó ráwọn ọmọ tó ń ṣeré láwọn ibẹ̀ yẹn tó ní wò tó ní rántí ilé pé ọmọ bíi kí ló kọ́
àní adára bí ẹ̀ fún wa ṣọ inú ẹ̀
báwo ni kí
pé
ló
kí irú kìíní lọ sọ ní tí ó tà ní Badagry tàbí ní ìpẹ́ tàbí ní Ìgbọ́kọ̀dá àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ ní tí àwọn omi alómi oríṣiríṣi tó lè fi ṣe kìíní yìí àwọn pípò yẹn ò lómi o wọ́n kírètì omi yẹn ni o wọ́n kírètì omi páàkì yẹn ni o wọ́n lè ṣẹ̀ gbẹ́ bọ́ọ̀wù tó fi kírètì àti ṣáà ni o kì í ṣe pé wọ́n ní omi yẹn nẹ́tọ́rálì wọn tó bá yẹ kó ti dé wíṣpé palm rí ní Badagry wàá ní rẹ́píkà tó ti mọ̀ ká láti sọ. original tí ọ̀tá ni wíṣpé palm lọ ṣe gbogbo kí wọ́n yẹn sí irú nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ni bọ́bọ́ yẹn wá ṣe gbogbo àwọn kíní táwọn ọmọ kéékèèké lè gbé nǹkan yẹn ò níbi sọ fún mi bèrè náà sí ìlú ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan sọ́ọ́dí $2 lẹ́nìkọ̀ọ̀kan fi wọlé ẹnìkọ̀ọ̀kan wá sọ́ọ́dí $2 wọ́n tún gba $10 lọ́wọ́ wa fún parking mọ́tò ó jẹ́ $52.
bẹ́ẹ̀ náà lè máa tún san vat o wọ́n tún já vat náà for vat plus kí ni kọ́ gbà wá máa ná bíìlì yẹn ibi tẹ́tí máa rò nìyẹn pé ìwọ owó lóyìn sí bàbá ṣe ilé ìsìn náírà imagine.
$1,500 àwa fi 25 wọlé síbẹ̀ yìí. I'm telling you tí mo rí dákẹ́ fún inú kò bí mi inú ara mi wá ń bù yà máa sọ ara mi tó mọ̀ bí ṣe máa ń gbà ọmọ mi lọ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yìí àyẹn but Indiana la máa ń lọ. But àwa change dé lọ́tẹ̀ àwa lọ sí ti Illinois yẹn ní ti Chicago yẹn àwa lọ sí ti ibẹ̀ yẹn. ní wọn níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ti tún ìbẹ̀ yẹn tó bá rí ibẹ̀ yẹn bóyá bí about a lọ sọ pé bóyá bí 10 acres of land ṣé ilẹ̀ ní problem wa Nàìjíríà náà fún mi.
resources ní problem wa jàre àwọn èèyàn kan wá ẹ rántí pé àwọn èèyàn wá sórí program yìí ńgbà kan tó wá advice wa wípé tamari lè ní resources ta lówó lọ́wọ́ àwọn ilẹ̀ Yorùbá kò tí wá bá ṣe máa ra wọn padà ó ti yé ń sìn like bọ́ sọ́wọ́n ọwọ́ tí ò yẹ kó bọ́ sí àwọn tó dẹ̀ wà ọwọ́ àwọn tó bọ́ sí yẹn wọ́n hold there for the future use ni nítorí wípé kí ni gbogbo agenda this agenda that tá à ń gbọ́ yìí a kàn ya àìmọye àwọn èèyàn lẹ́nu ní pé àìmọye ilẹ̀ wọn tọrọ pa àwọn ní tọ́pẹ̀ ní family land yẹn àwọn èèyàn ti ra àwọn ẹni tó ra wọn kò tí ì débẹ̀ rí kò débẹ̀ rí ó kàn fowó ránṣẹ́ bí kò wá ra wọn ni wọn ò dẹ̀ ń ṣọmọ Yorùbá o now ọgbà àwọn irú àwọn nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tá a bá ní resources gidi lọ́wọ́ àwọn nǹkan wà tó ń láti recover ẹ ti yẹn sìn ẹni tí ò bá dé tọwọ́ bá dé tẹ kú ìdá kò lè bèrè kú tó pa báyìí I will keep saying that.
anytime ìwọ ṣáà máa crack brain ẹ ìwọ máa kàn bá wa àwa máa dá àgọ́ tó bá kò sí wàhálà anytime any fucking time mo ti sọ fún ẹ mo ṣì wà lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bíìlì gbogbo everything dájọ́ sọ mo ṣì wà lórí ẹ o.
kí ló ti ń pè é tí tẹ ṣe the last time gbọ́ Yorùbá wọ́n pẹ̀lú deposit ta ní lọ́wọ́ ẹni tá a fẹ́ pè fún billboard ń sìn kẹ̀kẹ́ Yorùbá ẹ̀rọ tí gbàdé ti fún wa ní 500 yẹn.
mo ti rántí gbogbo
now àti iná ti sìn ẹ mọ̀ wá ìdí pé torí kí tó fọ́ wa kẹ́ tó dá sí ìgbà yẹn àwa ti kí ló ti ń pè a ti sanwó kíni wa di ending June already so ó yẹ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí níwà ní àkọ́kọ́ náà máa slow down so baba mi ò doubt àwọn èèyàn tó wà lórí Maiyegun General Politico not for once ever mo kàn máa ń fẹ́ wà very careful ni kí n tó push àwọn èèyàn ẹja ṣe báyìí ó má dàbí pé yóò take it easy.
wọn ò ní wèrè a máa gbàlú yẹn padà no matter what agbára Ọlọ́run Maiyegun bá mi kí bá mi kí màmá ẹ
so much bá kí family and everybody as well.
God bless you.
Nice one, Baba. Hello there. Okay, hang on, sir. What I got to pay more. What I have to reconnect by sing. Kabiyesi, hello.
Hello, hi, the Maiyegun General.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, this is Deji from Boston, and
DJ from Boston, sir.
Deji from Boston. Yes.
Everybody can.
How are you, bro?
I'm very well. I'm just here. I'm okay.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I mean, listen to what so just to add a little bit, and because there was a man that called about the bureau de change, like exchange rate.
Having our own.
And to tell you, currently I'm in Nigeria now.
Right.
And so I was talking to a friend about stuff like that. Like for years that we've been changing money. It's the same people that we take our sweat to. And why can't we have our own? I say Yoruba that we work all this time abroad, and by the time we bring the money back, our mamlo soda all the same kind of people from the north to give our money to. Let's exchange for, and that's a huge economy of Yoruba area. So when one of your guests actually mentioned that, it actually hit me so bad, like I was thinking about. I was, because if that's lost change the other more, everybody there, they are all from the north, and majority of the people there bringing this dollar is either Yoruba or Igbo. I was like, this is huge part of economy from the southwest.
Yes, nobody paid attention.
But I've been changing money since 1994, 95.
Wow.
Like I've been going to the same place, to the airport road, by the local airport in Lagos, and the same people. So when that guy mentioned that, I was so impressed. Like I was not the only person thinking about this thing.
Yeah.
About with your program, because I'm in Nigeria now, so the time difference make me join late. So I kind of like
it's
I really
the way you normally time it when you are back in Boston, I believe.
Yes, because when I'm in Boston, it's around 2:00. I always open my bed around 2:00.
I know.
Yeah, so because man lo bishe matari gbese moto mama gbolo, but say ale ti shunbi mo pe time mo lo ba bere. I just had to catch up.
Nigeria trip the holiday ni, which is pé most of the time by here come wa lórí ìrìn náà ni and all that. Tile ba de ti lọ shoot pere.
No.
Anyway,
my brother, that's another.
Sherry kini ọ̀rọ̀ bureau de change yẹn. Normally àwa lè má pè ní bureau de change ale fún whatever it is. Sherry ó jẹ́ one of the best kind of idea táwọn èèyàn suggest lórí platform yìí Timothy hold on to for a while now. But personally man sọ yìí pé ṣẹ́rí tí èèyàn bá ní resources bàbá what I'm sọ yìí in another let's say 3 months or 6 months time, right? Alimama sọ̀rọ̀ yìí mọ́. By then, at any team in place, at any resources to play with, at any one kota and shit track, and on like that. Get resources bawa, kò sí kota le ṣe.
Yeah. I actually believe that, and I am a big follower of you. I listen to you more than I call. This is probably the third time I'll be calling Simankwe.
I know.
But almost every day I listen to your program. Almost every time I'm going, but and I always follow your program. I really appreciate your work. Thank you, honestly. I'm a Yoruba guy, and I am not tribalistic, but I just look of Yoruba. So we went through a lot as a Yoruba person. Like, you know, I feel like we all kicked out of this country, and that's my own opinion. You know, all kick you out with that economic part of it.
And I'm going to maintain somebody like yourself, right? Emokoto mo nípa Yorùbá ni wọ́n ti pé Yorùbá àwa Yorùbá la wa mo amela wa so accommodating jù ní gbogbo Nigeria.
Oh very, very.
No matter how much it be, real. Tẹ́ bá compare wa to every other from other parts ti yin sin. Ní Nigeria te ní Yorùbá ló wà, and then nature wa ni getting sin. It's we are human. Olóṣèlú ló fẹ́ sọ wá di ló sọ àwọn èèyàn wa ló fẹ́ sọ àwọn èèyàn wa kan di ẹranko tí ò ní feelings. Ṣé Yorùbá ò kì í ṣe èèyàn tó máa rẹ́ni tẹ́bí ń pa ńlẹ̀ báyìí tó máa yíjú ẹsẹ̀ gbẹ̀. Àbí Yorùbá máa rí èèyàn kan.
No.
Ẹni yìí kò ní nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́, jẹ́ kí n take advantage. That is on Yorùbá. Now àwọn idea yẹn la fẹ́ bring back. Wípé ó lè ní political idea tí ó yàtọ̀ sí ti Maiyegun. Ṣé gbọ́ Yorùbá sìn? Bí mi ṣe máa ń relate o, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Ó lè jẹ́ Christian, ó lè jẹ́ Muslim, mo lè má ṣẹ̀sìn kankan, ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Ṣé get it sìn? Of
course, we are Yoruba first.
Ṣé get it sìn? Gbogbo nǹkan yẹn kò lè bọ́dà mi. Other than pé kí ló ní láti offer. Nǹkan tó ní láti offer ni mo ní láti interest nínú ẹ̀. Tó bá ti ní ṣe pẹ̀lú generality of the people. Yorùbá yẹn ni mo fẹ́ ká gbé padà wá. Yorùbá tó wà láàrin wa tó jẹ́ pé nítorí pé ẹni yìí ò ń ṣe Muslim àbí kò ń ṣe Christian àbí kò ń ṣe party wa àbí kò ń ṣe gbá kò ń ṣàwo, ká wá wò pé wọn deserve a good life, or wọn deserve to be heard and all of that. Those things yẹn àwọn olóṣèlú, àwọn ní ẹlẹ́sìn, àwọn ni wọ́n fẹ́ tọwọ́ bọ̀ wá lórí. So àwọn láti change ẹ̀ so that it's easy fún wa láti sọ pé asọmọ Yorùbá o, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá táwa fẹ́ o, wàláì tàlà ó yàtọ̀ sí nǹkan tí Nàìjíríà ń offer wa. Nàìjíríà ń kọ́ wa bá ṣe máa hate ara wa ni. Nàìjíríà ń kọ́ wa bá ṣe máa lára ara wa ni. Nàìjíríà ń kọ́ wa bá ṣe máa oppress ara wa ni. Nàìjíríà ò kọ́ wa bá ṣe máa unite. Now, tábà dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan, very soon àwa gan á di victim nǹkan tí Nàìjíríà ń kọ́ wa. That's nǹkan tá a ṣe sọ pé à ń láti ṣe nìyẹn.
I think we are already getting to the victim part. We are. I mean, personally, the way I look at it, we are. As much people you only play abroad, once in a while, we have padà sílé. And to bá padà sílé, to bá délé, to bá délé ṣeré, and then one of your callers say, àwọn èèyàn suffer. It's true.
I know.
People are suffering. And every time I always ask them about, do you know Yoruba Nation? Some people don't know. No. Some people will look at me. Like 3 days ago, this woman look at me, and then I can see in her eyes, like, because very jello. Yes, so I felt so bad.
Ó possible kó jẹ́ pé next time tẹ́ bá máa lọ Nàìjíríà ó lè jẹun ló dé máa bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ Yoruba Nation yẹn pé ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ bá mi sọ́njọ́ yẹn tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ tán a ti join ni wọn. In fact tẹ́ bá yẹ mọ nǹkan ní nǹkan tó ń ṣe yóò ti ń sìn by the grace of God plan tèmi rẹ̀ o kọ́lọ́ máa jẹ́ kó sọ the plan.
Yes, I know. I actually, like, you know, when the program is roll out, we're gonna do the best in our capacity, each of us, to make sure it will not fail.
It succeeds.
Like, to make sure it will not fail. It will succeed by God's grace. And as I said the last time, we have to put our own effort into it.
That is right.
Whether you tell somebody
we should just stop talking. We should start walking our talk.
Start walking. Yes. In any capacity you can do as a Yoruba, just save your race. That's the final say. Save your race.
You know, DJ. I'll call you DJ, Baba. DJ from Boston, Baba DJ. Thank you very much.
They call me deja vu.
Say that again. I didn't get that, Baba. Say it again.
Deja vu. If I say deja vu, everybody will
Deja vu is a bit. It's kind of a cunning one, but all DJs always kind of want to be called deja vu. That's a good one, Baba.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Enjoy
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Be careful, Baba.
I try to be careful. Thank you
very much. Stay safe.
Okay.
Bye-bye,
Okay. Bye.
That's Deji from Boston, currently in Nigeria. So I will take one more and then I'll call it tonight because this person. Hello, sir.
Yeah, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I am very well. Thanks for asking. How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty good. I tried to call you earlier in the day. It's like you don't touch this phone when you're not on air or something.
I know. What happened is that you see this particular number, sir, is dedicated for this platform, right? So usually when people call me on it, most of the time when I see the calls, I just feel like maybe they are watching my replay and they believe it's live. That's why they are calling. So unfortunately, I've missed most important calls as well many times. So I'm sorry. I'm glad that you're actually ready to
it's okay.
So we can talk, sir.
No, it's okay. Good thing I just got you now. I didn't follow the broadcast. I just got into the house and I tried to try my luck if I would get through. Luckily, I do.
Okay. We were talking about our own intervention of in what is going on back in Nigeria. We are using a new approach. That new approach will give us, we believe, will give us more access to our people and possibly, right, influence them enough before their bogus charade eventually happens. So we want to stop complaining or telling people what to do. Now we want to really put boots on ground. This time around, if we have to motivate people to do the job for us. So that's part of what we've discussed so far, trying to tell ourselves that no one is coming to help us. We have to do it ourselves, especially the Yorubas. So it's sort of a motivation.
Exactly.
A chat.
Exactly. Maiyegun,
sir.
Let me stop you on the way. I'm not going to take much time.
Please.
It's just like, you see, there's a way things work. This is a kind of something I was calling you to discuss with you.
Please.
You see, my own little discussion with you today is a little bit different from, but it's almost in line with what you just said now. And that I call it Plan B. You see, why I want to tell you about this Plan B is we are all agitating, and I'm happy that we have agreed on one thing, that we want breakup of this evil entity. That is one agreement. And now everybody is trying to apply whatever means to get it done.
That's right.
Please, in as much as we are not advocating for violence, neither are we calling for violence. It does nobody any good.
No.
But there is something I want to share with our people.
Please.
And that is we need to have Plan B. And that Plan B might also involve violence, but that is not the complete option. Why do I say that is this? You see, we are dealing with people that are abnormal. Both the politicians, the Fulani terrorists, these are abnormal people that appears to be normal. And when you are dealing with abnormal people,
right,
you need to apply some abnormal approach. If you are dealing with an abnormal person and you want to get him through abnormal means, abnormal means, that will be a very big work for you.
Right.
I'll give example with this Fulani terrorists. These people, one thing they understand is violence. And that is the reason why both those carrying AK-47 and those in government, they are all the same. One thing they understand is force. Just look at what is going on in Nigeria. Everybody is shouting, everybody is talking. They pretend as if they don't even care. They don't even care. You can shout from now 200 years. They don't give a damn what you say. Write all the grammar you can. They don't give a damn. Because why? All they understand is force.
That's true.
Anytime you bring force, there seems to be doing something. So my plan B is, as well as we are planning, sensitizing the people, doing it all diplomatic and all the means we can, both Biafran and Yoruba Nation, we must be having plan B in case if this our approach seems not to be working. Because I have sit down to think about this. We have been talking, and the more we talk, the more they come out and do whatever they want to do. Nobody gives a damn. Just like you said, our own people, politicians from the South, they don't give a damn too. All they care is what they will get. Do you understand me? So for us agitators,
let me tell you something that could possibly help a little bit. You see, what you are saying here is the same position that we also kind of take, but in a different, with a different approach. I'll tell you. We figured out that sometimes the witch will go. Sorry, I want to say this in broken, okay? The witch.
Yeah, go ahead.
The witch that will kill a child, right? You are likely never going to see the blood in the mouth, right?
Yeah.
The world has gotten to a stage whereby sometimes, right, you will need to veil your real intention from the public and let your actions speak for you. Do you get that now? So one of the things I don't want to be comfortable to share with people right now, you see that plan B that you're talking about, right? Maybe not the violence as we said it earlier, because we know, but none of us wanted the violence way or another, right? That plan B is actually our plan A, but we don't call it confrontation now. We want to call it charitable. Can you help us call it charity, please? Because you know why?
Okay.
With that, if our charitable goodness reaches the base of those tormenting us, we are not going to plead with them. We are not going to beg them to leave. We're going to use exactly what you have in mind. But guess what?
Oh, God
you are going
you.
to help us
God
say
bless you.
it is a charitable move. When we go and meet
God bless you.
who are being chased away from their communities, we are not going to go there with begging hands. We're not going to go there with a megaphone and say, please now, can't you? So I'm not going to come here and say everything like that. Okay. So
God bless you.
From now,
that was exactly.
I want you to know that what you call plan B, right? In our own world, right? We don't have plan B now.
Yeah.
And when it comes to, you know, what are you going to do if they come for you? They're already coming for us. We already know they are coming for us. We already know that nobody is going to defend us. And we already know that speaking and talking about it is not going to save us. Now we know that with the right resources, we can become charitable towards our invaders.
Yes.
Now, if our charity is a good one towards them, they will tell. I just don't want to make it too obvious anymore. You know what I mean now? So that's why we choose our people as the front burner of what we want to do. You see everything else, sir, some of them you would have to hear them later. But for now, if I have to be honest with you, with what I have in mind and with what many of my friends here have in mind, we don't have that ready-made resources to do exactly that. But how do we get to that stage? That is the step we are taking now. You will be proud of what we are going to do eventually. Just take that to the bank, okay? Our plan B.
Maiyegun, I trust you. I have no doubt over what you said. What I just want to bring it is to your notice. If I had gotten you privately, I don't want to discuss this on this platform.
You know why? A lot of people want me to say it exactly what you just said now, right? But the mistake we are making is that when we go that way, somehow, we just kind of expose ourselves and what we can do. I kind of want to see a situation whereby we have enough resources, right? And only the media that is failing to report all the atrocities today, they will be forced to report them because they will be unavoidable. They will see what happens and they will say, how did that happen? Where did they get us kind of support from? Remember a part where I said we have a security expert who are offering us their expertise. I chose not to say more.
Okay.
It's just to tell you that indeed, we have people who feel like the way you feel. We have people who have the ideas of how to get us out of that security-wise. And I prefer to call them experts. Just let's keep it that way.
Dude,
be charitable.
God bless you. Maiyegun, don't go further. I have gotten.
You get it now.
I have gotten what I want.
So
I just want to bring that to your attention.
We want a peaceful this and that. We want to support our people.
Maiyegun,
let's keep it.
You don't need to explain further. All I need is just to get it across, and that message you got it, and that's what we need. Because you know what? Let me conclude with this, my brother.
Go on.
I really appreciate the job you are doing.
Thank you.
I pray that God will bless you and provide everything that will help you do this job.
Amen.
It's not easy to do it, and we will support the best we can.
I know.
One thing I want to conclude with is this. Yesterday you talked about the turban and all the stuff. You know, I want to tell you something. I said the other time I called in, by December, November, those that are shouting Obi today, we will know how many they will remain.
I mean,
and I told somebody today,
I said in the next, before we go to 2022, I said, by the time their political charade starts, even our brothers with the airports shouted this and that, they will begin to say we are being too unserious because they have chosen the political side. It's happening now. By December, everybody will begin to see the reality. By February ending, right? The Nigeria we told them all about, that they told us that we are stupid, we don't know what we're talking about, will happen. And guess what? With what you want to say, they will be back. Go on.
That is it. Somebody I just told you that was laughing at us. You know, in our prayer platform, when I talk, some people got upset. They will not call in again. I told them, no problem. You know, one thing that I love so much, Nigeria has a way of happening to everybody. Whether you are abroad or you're in Nigeria, it has a way of happening to everybody.
That's a way of drawing.
The same people that were laughing at us, calling us fools because we are talking about secession or breaking Nigeria. You know, I heard that one saying the other day, she wants to go back to Nigeria on Christmas with her family. Right. The problem now is not the money she will use, or money she will spend. The problem now is that there is no security, and their beautiful home is there. Nobody's going to be in that home. So for now, that traveling is suspended. And that is how Nigeria will happen to everybody, whether you like it or not.
See, I told that on this program, I remember saying that, you see, even if you are not thinking it, now you should be thinking it. Because many of us who have left Nigeria in a while, some of us have been so successful, Baba. We are successful for real, right? Some people have built houses back home. Some even have investment there. But you see, in the last 7 years, it keeps getting worse every year, year in, year out. Now, the security situation, right? Even when people don't publicly admit it in their bedroom, some of them are no longer going back to Nigeria every year anymore. Or let me say, go back to Nigeria twice a year anymore, or 4 times a year anymore. If you ask them, they will say, no, I've just been busy. Some will say, na corona. Lies. In their bedroom, they are thinking it and be like, if I'm going to that Nigeria, should I visit East? Or should I just stay in Lagos? Or should I visit Oshun? Would I be able to visit in Oshun? Or should I stay in Ibadan? Now, they are weighing the whole thing, and they're like, you know what? Only me will go, or only me and Madame will go. The children should stay, so that I don't want any story. Now, this is the reality that some of them are dealing with. So if you now go on social media and say Nigeria is going to be great, who are you lying to? Who are you lying to? You have businesses in Nigeria, you have homes in Nigeria. You can't go back there like you used to go anymore. Why? Because you know the truth. You don't want to be a victim. But you are sitting out there, you are saying you are a patriotic Nigerian. Who are you deceiving? So I keep telling them, I keep bringing the reality to them. And guess what, sir? A lot of people are now thinking, they are saying that, even though I'm not living in Nigeria, if I say this thing affects me too. And we are getting there, I believe.
We are getting. Thank you so much. Let me leave on that. Thank you so much. God bless you.
By the way, so I actually enjoy talking to you as well. All right. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Maiyegun.
Especially that point you raised about the security and every other thing that could turn around. My people got the message. I'm waiting for a day when I will be sitting with other people discussing, right, resources that are going into the hands of those who are putting their lives on the line for us. despite that they don't have access to the real resources. I'm going to sit one day in a room, right, full of people who are deliberating on how much impact we are making in the lives of the people and how much changes we are making in the polity that is now shaping where we want things to go exactly. So I'm looking forward to that day. And you raising that point tonight makes me feel like, you gave me an opportunity to tell people that it's deeper than we are helping that we are talking about. It's deeper. And thank you for raising that, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Maiyegun.
Thank you.
You too.
That's a good one.
Bye.
So that's it. We're going to call it a night. I've got a lot of great people watching me all over the world, and maybe not many tonight, but you see, those of you who took your time to stay back and then be part of this, you are the MVP, most valuable personalities on Maiyegun's Diary Politico. So what I'm going to do next is I am going to call on our graphic designers, our billboard, erectors, and I'm going to put the whole cost together. I'm going to explain to you where and where these are going to go to, how many are they, and how much are they. So once I then figure out with what I have, then I may come back here. Well, I will come back here if we have to deliver everything you told me to do. I'll come back here and then I will continue our fundraiser. And if you're watching me right now, yes, we need to raise more in order to fulfill all of these obligations as well, right? So if you are already compelled to do it, you know the source, you know the whole place to do that, add the message to it and say, this is for what we are doing, right? But officially, I'm going to come back here and raise the fund, okay, if we need extra. So you and I can now say, you see, our emergency money is no longer emergency. It is going to be depleted. Now, we will not likely be able to answer any emergency for now. We are firing on from what we used to do now to something we're about to do. So all of this, I will bring back at some point. Tonight, I have enjoyed my conversation with everyone who stood and stood by. And I bet a lot of you who also want to add to this, but unable to call in, you probably have found somebody sometime who have spoken your mind as well. But if none have spoken your mind, there'll be another time. And that time, it doesn't matter what we are discussing. You can raise this one you want to say tonight, that time. So thank you. And thank you to every one of you who, stayed back. I am going to see you some other time. But don't leave without liking the broadcast, just to show that you are here. And then share the broadcast as well. Subscribe if this is your first time. So that next time when I come back, it's just going to be you and I, all of us, in the Temple of Truth. So thank you and good night.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Kíkó nìna kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí fa. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lé ibo níṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀ kó ti dẹ̀rùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti jọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súra kì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.